I love that Buck Swope.
Buck Swope's an interesting cat.
This is as creepy a guy as you'll ever encounter.
That's right, Buck Swope.
Buck Swope, Doug really is not comfortable with Buck Swope.
Kind of a shutter spook.
Swope's one of the best in the business, for my money.
Buck Swope?
Buck Swope asked Doug his preference on shrubs.
I may sue Buck Swope.
Buck Swope is struck. I'm pretty high on Swope. If we need an old audio clip, Swope's gonna have it.
Why?
I don't know, I just know he does. The wonderful Buck Swope. You know Buck Swope?
Well, yeah.
Seem to have kind of an issue with Buck Swope.
Right, it always goes back to Swope.
Buck Swope.
Buck Swope.
Buck Swope.
Buck Swope. Mr. Buck T. Swope.
What's up, kids? You're listening to Swope's Picks, episode 43, Remembering Jennings. A little later, we'll be joined by Tim McKernan. Right now, let's flash back to May 2012.
Well, get on with it, motherfucker.
Get on with it, motherfucker.
Well, get on with it, motherfucker.
Timothy, Michael, McKernan, Douglas, Elvin, Vaughn, and Doug, we have 7 of our closest friends in studio with us.
Yeah, this is a record.
Including Jennings Jr.
Thank you.
for Foot Fetish Friday, and Larry Nickel, who's still here. He's just lost a chair because we have 3 ladies in studio for Foot Fetish Friday. The over-under was 2.5, and the over has covered. We have Sarah, our 2011 Inside STL Girl Next Door of the Year in studio. We have her friend Hannah, and we have Kendra. It's Foot Fetish Friday. Larry Nickel is here. Larry, you're welcome to ask questions anytime you want. Just come on over to the mic.
You
want to ask any of the girls questions? You're fine right now.
He's a little nervous.
All right. Jay, this is a very special treat for you.
It's a big treat.
And I just want to turn this over to Jay Randolph Jr. Let him handle it from here, Doug.
We always like to ask a couple of questions to the gals. I'd like to start with Hannah.
For the record, ladies, you are competing for 4 tickets to Snoop Dogg on Friday,
Put it back on.
May 25th.
That's right.
At Pops, P-O-P-S, Pops.
So only one of them gets the
That's
4
correct.
tickets.
First, that's why you got to compete.
Hannah, what's the tat about with on the arm? What's that tat?
It says love.
Okay.
It is, yeah. It's after the love statue in Philadelphia,
I gotcha.
JFK Park. Yeah.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
What television show do you watch on a regular basis nowadays?
Celebrity Apprentice.
Okay, that's a good answer. Do you happen to know what year Pearl Harbor was?
1942.
Oh, that's good play.
So close.
1941. 41.
Yeah, ballpark.
I'll take it.
How do you feel about your feet? I have already seen them. You've got open-toe shoes, and they are... I love them. How do you feel about them?
I think I have the prettiest feet in the world. I get it from my mom. Yeah, I do.
She's got damn nice
They do.
feet.
They go down. They're perfect.
We discussed on the way here.
I do want to ask about the toe, though. Your big toe is a little long.
It's fake.
Oh, no.
It's fake.
Yeah, I have fake toenails.
Implants on your toes?
Not implants, just a fake nail.
Like Lee press on nails?
Kind of. Only
Sweet.
the Asians do it.
I don't feel...
Well, there's tension.
Henshin's here on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
When was the last time you were passionately kissed? And when I say passionately kissed, I mean your knees buckled and stuff.
On my feet?
No.
Oh, period?
Period.
Perfect.
Can I say never?
If some people say
You've
never.
never been passionately kissed?
Not where my knees buckled.
Really? Not that
No.
good? Okay. That's a legitimate answer. All right, we're done with
Larry?
you for a minute.
Oh, there it is.
Let's bring Kendra in here. The what do you call it?
It's a bio queen, but I also do
Bio-queen,
burlesque.
Bio
so.
queen and burlesque. Do you know when when was America's independence? What year? When was the Declaration of Independence signed?
Great question.
1842.
Perfect.
Not 1840.
Whatever. I don't know.
Little
Like, you're asking me stuff. I
No.
am so hungover.
No, you're hungover. Did you work last night?
Yes. No, I just drank.
1776.
I mean, close
Nicely
enough.
done, Hannah.
Doug, you have a problem.
Don't ask me anything with brains this morning. I swear I will.
How do you feel about your feet?
Oh, my God. Well, I dance in heels, so they're awful.
Really?
Yeah.
That's hot.
That
They're
ruins your
not-
feet? It
my-
ruins your feet?
Do you
I don't wear
dance in
heels. I do
He
not.
used to.
Please come with me and dance in heels. I swear you'll feel
Don't tell
differently
me
about
what to
your
do.
feet. I asked you.
Don't
I
ever
said please.
Okay. It's close.
All right, and now let's get to the GND of the year.
Sarah. Girl Next Door of the Year. She invested that money wisely.
I paid bills.
You bought some Facebook
I
on the
paid bills.
IPO today?
And what do you like to do for fun, just out of curiosity?
Honestly, all I've been doing is working my ass off, not gonna lie.
Where do you work?
Down at Mike Sheenan's, the outfield.
Nice.
And then I'm at Helen Fitzgerald's.
Look at
Very
you.
nice.
Look at you.
Rick Seibert.
I work a lot.
And how do you feel about your feet? Let me see.
I love my toes.
Loves her toes, Doug.
She's got nice feet.
The non leaning over. Larry, real quick, I just want to, because I want to make sure Larry's involved. He's the star of the show. How do you feel about Sarah's feet? What do you think so far?
I think Sarah has prettiest feet. No offense to the other two girls.
All right.
Thanks,
Hurt
Larry.
some feelings, Larry.
There he is, Larry.
Have you seen Hannah's feet?
Yes, I have, but since I just met Hannah and Kendra today,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going.
So you're kind of biased, is what you're saying, yeah.
I'm not trying
Kinda
to be biased. It's just that I met the other two today, and I know you since the beginning of the year with the Girl Next Door of the Year competition.
True.
Good stuff as always. All right, Jay, go ahead.
All right, I thought we would, maybe since we've got 3 of them, we would try something a little different. And I actually think Kendra is the one that should attempt this.
Like what?
For the listeners' benefit,
Yeah.
both Sarah, Doug, and Hannah are well endowed.
You said.
Is that fair to say? Up top?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No, you're all right too, dear. Trust me. I would like to see, Kendra, if you could possibly take your foot and if you could put it in the cleavage.
Wait, even I'm reaching for my camera
Is
at
this
this
a real
point.
request?
Yeah.
In my cleavage?
No, not in your cleavage. No, that would be
Where am I supposed to put
that's
this?
stuff they do on the FM. This is AM radio. Just could you position your foot? Really, I'm going to go where I want it to go, and in Hannah's cleavage.
Oh, for
Oh
heaven's
my,
sakes,
are you
Jay,
okay
your
with
dad's a
this?
Hall of
I'm
Famer.
putting my foot
Hannah's okay with
All right,
it.
we're going to see this.
Well, I'm not going to
You've done this before? Hold on a second.
Yeah, I said I've done it before.
You've done
You've
it before.
done it before? You've had a foot in the boobs? Oh, okay.
Oh. I was about to say, this is really taking a turn. All right, here we go. This is big.
I got to
Larry-
get a better look at this.
Larry, you got your phone out, I noticed. For
I don't want to get like
You should take that off.
All right,
Absolutely.
this is really starting to develop nicely,
My
Doug.
gracious.
As a matter of fact, everyone has their phones out taking pictures. Everyone
There's
does.
more cameras out now
How do you
than
want me to do
Gary
it?
Farewell.
Look at those things.
Oh, my word.
Wait a minute. Now you're going to have to turn a little for me. Oh, that is so money.
I feel like this is the weirdest thing I've ever
Oh, it's not.
No.
It's really neat.
No.
All right, now,
I
Hannah,
can honestly say I've never
Hannah,
put
get
my
up for a second because we're
foot
going to
in
have to do that.
Do I have to keep her?
No,
my
you can.
boob?
No, but you.
Okay,
We'll make like a human centipede
right, now-
out of foot and boobs.
Now I want foot in Sarah boob.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Come on,
I knew
Sarah.
this was coming.
Doug, it's never fair to leave anybody out in a threesome.
I don't want my vagina to show.
No, shh. Don't get too. Oh, no. Oh, wow.
Hold on a second.
Here, I'll
Oh
help.
my
I'll
God.
help, 'cause you're my friend. So
Is
I'll
that
help.
what does it feel like, Hannah?
Amazing.
Your
like,
toes are really cold.
Warm jello.
Wow.
Doug?
Doug?
I'm speechless at the moment. Please leave me out of it.
Anything about clever?
I like that call. I like what I did there.
Well, I think that's another
That's
benchmark.
another step.
And girls, how did you enjoy this? That's very important to me.
Well,
that
nice
the
to
woman
meet
always
you.
leaves satisfied. Hannah, how did you enjoy the whole situation? Because you got to receive and you were kind of
Hannah
the lucky
did-
You're
Pierre.
right.
You were the
And
lucky Pierre in the whole
So
thing.
that was my first time on both ends.
Yes.
I think that might be my new fetish.
Nice.
Really? Yeah.
Really, Jay,
Nice.
you've created a foot fetish.
Girl on girl, like foot to boob.
No question.
Hold
No.
on a second, Larry. Larry, remember the microphone. There you go.
We forgot to do Sarah doing the.
Oh, that's right. Jay, that's right. Sarah didn't get a chance to put her feet in between the cleavage of Hannah or Kendra.
All right, let's switch it up real quick.
Okay. Yeah, because Kendra didn't get
Everybody
a chance.
should get a chance.
Kendra, like you said, didn't get a chance.
Everybody should get a chance. No.
All right, this is good. Yeah, you're on the receiving end. This is usually Joe's position, but he's not here today.
Yeah, pull it down a little.
Yeah, just there you go.
No, it's not. No,
I
it's
don't
not.
think so.
Yeah, it's not at all. Oh, look at that.
Should I have to do this?
No, not try it. No. Yeah, there you go, sideways, like that. Oh, wow. That is
She does
something.
have big boobs. I'll give her that.
The 3 of you got the Titanic wouldn't have sank. If you guys would have been on it, the Titanic would not have sank. I mean, those. Hannah, your boobs are just the best I've ever seen.
I have a really good
I mean,
surgeon.
does she not have the most unbelievable boobs?
Well, this is a benchmark for Foot Fetish Friday in general, as far as the appearance of our contestants. That's for certain. Now, are any of you guys actually into foot play whatsoever, or is this just not something you're into at all? Be honest with me here.
Hannah, don't lie.
Kendra, you're a no.
No.
Hannah, what about you?
I mean, I'm a freak, but I've never tried it before, so.
What's
I might
wrong? Well,
start.
hold on. It looks like the nun has a question.
It's Non's birthday.
Yeah, it's Kevin's birthday, so you got to.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, see, there you go. That was
It's my
wonderful.
3rd anniversary here, too.
I was going to say that.
There you go, Larry. You say you're a freak, and while this is Foot Fetish Friday, I do need to ask more about that.
Can we talk about this on the radio?
You have to be very careful.
No
You-
4-letter words.
Exactly,
Okay.
and then not too graphic, because I'll have to cut you off. But,
I won't be
you can
graphic.
you can do what you need to do here and help tell a story.
I won't tell a story. We'll just say no holds bar.
Straight up,
Like,
no holds barred.
Just anything goes.
Doug, I'm
Really?
reading into
Yeah.
that in a very
What does that
pleasant,
mean?
in a
We will,
pleasant way.
like-
Let me ask you this.
Choking, biting, hair pulling.
Slapping?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
Yeah.
kind of BDSM.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Without the leather.
Yeah.
Do you
all
have a
that stuff.
boyfriend? What's going on
I
with you?
do. He has no clue I'm here.
He's a lucky fella.
How long have you guys
Lucky
been
man.
together?
Well, he's probably gonna break up with me today
Perfect.
after he hears about this.
Good. That's fine.
How long have you guys been together?
5 months, 5.5 months.
5.5 months. Now, what does he do?
He's a financial advisor.
Sure he is.
tapping
Yeah.
into the Clayton market, are you?
Well, actually, he did work in Clayton. Now he's in Chesterfield.
No, that's still fine.
Yeah.
He's making some money.
Yes.
And that's important to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I picked up a read.
Yeah,
Might as well.
Don't lie to the listener.
Might as well say that.
Tim, I have a question.
Iggy has a question.
I don't
I'll
think
relay
Hannah
it to him
can
because I can't hear you. Sure, go ahead.
She's been choked, slapped, hair is pulled, but she's never been passionately kissed.
Yeah, that's a good. Iggy makes that's a good.
Well, I was
and
going to
that's-
ask her
that's-
a kissing question.
That's the type of stuff that you get on Kegler's Corner. He
Yeah.
makes a great point. I mean, you have been choked and slapped and bitten, but you haven't been passionately kissed. That strikes me as odd. That would be left out.
I guess people like me don't look for passion. It's more
Aggression.
Yeah.
Do you? I wanted to ask you about the kissing. Are you a slow, wet, deep kisser?
Oh, for heaven's sake!
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah, I feel like you're getting left out, and you are the girl next door.
And we
well,
should
Hannah's
never
sitting
leave
on your
those
lap.
two
I know. It's okay.
Have any of you guys ever engaged in lesbianism? I think that's important to ask.
Yeah,
Doug
sure
always
is.
wants me to ask.
Yeah.
Have we personally?
Well, any
No.
of the three of you. You have never made out with
Kendra?
a girl.
We've had discussed
I knew
this.
Kendra had.
Seen you. I have a video of it.
Yes, I have made out with a woman.
Good for you. Anything further?
No.
Are you thinking about it a little bit?
No.
You guys have never touched boobs.
Yes, we touched boobs.
Why not with
Not
the
like
feet? I mean,
topless,
boob to
I mean,
boob.
like, no.
You never just have sat around and going, let's just touch boobs.
No.
All right. Yeah.
I might after today. I might consider it.
If I see a girl with a good rack, I'm gonna squeeze.
You're gonna squeeze?
Yeah.
Well, there you got some right there.
You got. Oh, gracious! No, you can squeeze them a little stronger than that.
You already put your foot in there.
Yeah, you put your foot in there.
Hannah, have you ever engaged in any girl-on-girl activity?
Yes.
Really?
She's a freak.
I better get the camera out again here, Tim.
Now, hold on a second. I got a responsibility to the listener now. So what have you done? What has happened?
Everything.
Oh my!
Really?
Good for you.
It's wonderful. That's outstanding.
She is top notch.
Is this something? Is this something that occurs on a regular basis, or is it a drunken night?
No, it's not a drunken night, but it hasn't occurred in a while.
Would you like it to occur again soon?
Are you gonna hook me up with someone?
I'd be happy to.
Look at you.
I really would.
I don't know if my boyfriend would approve.
Oh, why wouldn't he?
Forget about him.
Breaking up with
He
you
is
anyway.
after Monday when this is on the
So
air.
how many women have you been with?
6.
Oh boy, and it's the magic number too.
Why is 6 the magic number?
Because then you get like free stuff at.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, drinks are low priced at the Moto Mart.
Now,
See?
Kendra,
All right,
I'm gonna go
all
with
right,
Moto.
Kendra. One person talking at a time. It's starting to sound like a view.
Kendra, you have had lesbian play, have you not?
No.
You have not?
I perform at a gay bar, but I don't do girls.
Okay. All right. I thought you had, but that's fine that Anna.
Looks like the non wants to ask. Well, it's his birthday, so we'll let him ask some questions.
I sense an opening here. It is my birthday. Can I get a 10-second kiss?
That's a great question. Well done, sir. I failed there.
You too.
You came through.
I just met them.
That's okay.
Maybe when the cameras are off.
That's fine.
Sure, we'll tell you they're off.
Right?
They're all off.
You guys
Pay no
willing to do it?
attention to the ones aimed at you.
Yeah. Do that, and I'll tell you what. If you make out for 10 seconds, these tickets are yours. And I really think 10 seconds was too low, by the way, Nan. But thank you for reminding me to ask for that.
Well, I'd like while they're making out, I'd like to hold Hannah's foot.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
If that's okay, if that's all right with Hannah. Can you make that happen? Can you make non-gay's birthday?
Non-gay?
Right there.
Aww. I pegged you for gay.
The gay one's gone today. He's in Atlanta.
We'll think about it.
All right, you think about it. All right.
So what are we going to do here? Are we going to do this or not?
Well, we think about it.
Well, the show ends soon, so I need a decision. I mean, what is it? You're just gonna make out for 10 seconds. It's harmless stuff. Or how about this? If you're not comfortable with lesbianism, what about Larry right there? He would probably enjoy a little.
Larry, get involved.
Yeah, Larry could get involved.
I will respectfully decline that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's understandable.
Not with his mom here.
Right. Yeah, that's the reason.
That would be weird. Yeah.
So you're welcome to make out. Here are the tickets. I'm just waiting to hand you 4 tickets to Snoop Dogg. Just go ahead and make out, and we'll get this for you here. The camera, and the cameras are on.
Hold on.
We're publicly saying they are on.
Let's just
go.
It's going to go viral.
How do I get talked into this stuff when I'm here?
Well, Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I went out to lunch with Sarah Wednesday, and she's like, "Let's go to this radio show on Friday." I'm like, okay, I didn't know it was this.
Yeah, it's a creep show.
At all.
It's
yeah.
a creep.
But you fit right in.
I'm enjoying it actually. Are you hiring?
I can't. Honestly, after this, I might have
position open.
You certainly have gone to the top of the list.
See how I'm putting off
New co-host for
making out?
Kegler's
Yeah,
Corner.
I noticed that, and I respect that tactic as well. Let's just do a 10-second makeout. The listeners will be so happy. You'll get the 4 tickets. Everybody comes away a winner, especially Larry, who has a soft cow. So why don't we do this real quickly? You're well endowed,
I want the
sir.
foot while you kiss her.
You're the Lexington Steel of Jack in the Box.
I am not kissing Sarah.
You're gonna kiss Kendra.
I'm not kissing.
Do you want Kendra and Sarah to kiss?
With 6 girls.
I think
Anyone. I'm not going to
There's Larry's mom back there. She wants to watch.
Larry's mom's getting a better picture.
That's Doug's son.
Hell.
All right, real quick.
Hold on.
everywhere. Like, I need to get
Just lean in. It'll be wonderful. Everybody win.
Now, wait, give me the foot. I want the foot while you kiss her.
Just lean in real quickly
Put the
for
foot
me.
over here. God, she's got
10
got
seconds is a
unbelievable
long time.
legs.
We'll count it off for you. It'll be perfect. Everybody.
I don't. Your 10 seconds will be like 10 minutes.
No.
Could be.
I wish it was.
No, we're on
All right.
bar time.
Go ahead. Let's just get this.
Look
done.
at this.
Go ahead. Let's just get this.
Where's
Probably
the foot?
not going to happen.
Where's the
You
foot?
can still hold it.
Sarah, could you make the first
what
move?
ounce can we do to get tickets? How about that?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is our offer.
See,
This is our offer.
Jay, you want them to like kiss each other's feet? You think would that be a better
would good.
alternative?
That would be good. Would you do that?
I want the make.
Do you want me to kiss her foot?
Yeah.
I have clean, pretty feet. I just got a pedicure
You
yesterday.
did.
All right.
I got
Jay,
one
you'll be
a couple
happy
days
with
ago.
that?
Yeah, I think they should kiss each other's. Can you kiss each other's feet at the same time?
Yeah.
Doug?
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right, let's do that. Let's do that.
How are we going to do this? I feel like I'm just
No, you're doing.
You sit here.
Look at this.
Oh my God.
This is like Cirque du Soleil now.
Which foot you want?
I'm going to ask her to do one more
I
thing
have
when
no
we're done.
preference.
All right, this is.
All right, kiss the feet.
Like, I just need to kiss. Like, not make out. Like,
Yeah, you're not sucking on my toe, are you?
All right, do whatever you need to do to get the tickets. So, all right, there you go. You guys are good sports.
Come on,
I think
foot.
Am I
everybody.
giving you my right
I think
foot?
everybody appreciates this. All right, I think everybody appreciates
And
this,
am I
Doug.
supposed to bend
Sorry,
down?
I'm like cracking up right
Now,
you
Sarah,
gotta-
you got to stick your
You wanna
foot
win
up
these-
in the air.
This way,
Oh,
when
wait,
these
here, I
tickets.
can
There we go.
There you go. Just take it down.
Look at this. Look at this.
Go ahead, finish
We
the
are
song
Jay.
for me.
bonding right now, Hannah.
I'm
We are
almost there.
bonding.
I love it.
I'm almost there.
Come on. Kiss it, and if you want to, that's it. She is awesome. Wow.
Jay, there
Wow.
it is. There are the 4
That kinda
tickets.
turned me on,
There it
just
is.
saying.
It really turned you on? Is that what you
Turned me
said?
on a little bit.
Absolutely.
I
Really?
like my toes tucked on.
Really?
I do.
Larry, would you like to suck on Sarah's toes real quickly? Just real quickly?
Come on, Larry.
Larry,
Come on, Larry.
I can't do it.
Can't do it.
I can't do it.
Can't do that. Wow.
We're too good of friends.
What do we gotta
But it just
Kendra
turned you
something.
on. She just turned you on.
Talk, Larry.
But it's different when a woman does it and a man does
Hey,
it.
Sarah,
It's different.
I respect your decision not to let me suck your toes.
Thanks, Larry.
Great stuff, Larry. Good job. Good drop in.
And this is why I love you.
All right, I said I had one more request.
Jay, we gotta go.
I know. We
Heaven's
gotta take a break.
sakes, Jay.
I'm so fond of Hannah. Hannah, is there any way? Because I've never seen it done, and this studio's been here since '95. If you could just bend down and put your boobs on the console.
Jay, you can't say that.
Like my bare boob?
No, not bare. No. I mean that would be cool if you did. Just put them down. Lay them on the table. Yes, sir.
Anybody
Look
got
at
a-
that. That is so money. Yeah, thank you, dude.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think everybody won today, Doug. I really feel like everybody has won. Ladies, well done.
Nice.
That is just outstanding.
Thank you.
Yes,
One of the greatest
sir.
Foot Fetish Friday
Here's
segments
your
of all
foot,
time.
honey. Here's your shoe, honey.
This thing is going to get viewed 100,000 times on YouTube. I can promise you that. Ladies, we got to take a break. You were outstanding. Kendra, Hannah, and Sarah. My gosh, that was a Foot Fetish Friday segment for the
you
ages.
topped everything.
Right there. Well done. Larry Nickel, you were outstanding, too. You can go do whatever you need to do here in the commercial.
I wasn't gonna tongue kiss her foot. Hey,
Doug, there's a ruckus in the studio, and it's
Sounds
it's
like-
Mary Carey.
Mary Carey.
Doug, look.
Easy.
Have a seat, Mary. And there's Rubber Doll. Hello, Rubber Doll.
Rubber Doll is here.
Rubber Doll is here. And gentleman from the Hustler Club, your name, sir? Charlie. I don't know. I recognize you two. Charlie, very nice to have you. Thank you for bringing the ladies in.
I just love that you said gentleman from the Hustler Club. That was so cute for him.
Yeah, I mean, that's a classy gesture.
You know, I was expecting a big fat guy at the airport, and then like I see this like cute little boy named Charlie, and he's like so. Oh, I lost my fuzzy. Wait, can I take my fuzzy off?
Sure, Doug. Was that all right?
Sure. Yeah. I lost my fuzzy. Wait, I really want to like.
No,
eat my fuzzy.
Just know that we're live on the air.
I know. I won't curse. I won't curse.
You know the game.
I've been doing this for 10 years.
Yeah, you know the game.
I'm 32.
And how does that feel to be 32 and feature dancing? You enjoy it still?
Oh my God, you make it sound like. How does it feel to be 32 and feature dancing? Well then.
That's what he meant.
Well, how does it feel to be 32 and feature dancing? Well, I hope I'm doing it till I'm 42, and I hope I look really good. I hope they come up with some science that makes Botox even better. I hope that I am the bionic woman.
Were you guys dancing last night, or were you just out on?
No, but I am in the Hall of Fame this year.
AVN Hall of Fame. So you're going to the AVN section.
I call my agent. I call my dance agent. I'm like, Dave, I'm in the Hall of Fame this year. Like, let's call the clubs and tell them McKernan, Hall of Fame. He's like, we can't tell him you're in the Hall of Fame. I'm like, why? He's like,
why?
Makes you sound really old.
Mary, are you
I'm
still?
like, no.
Mary, are you still a little drunk? A little bit? Maybe?
Hell yeah.
Okay, just checking. Just checking.
No, I'm not drunk. I'm not drunk.
Where did you guys go last night, Mary?
Where did we go? My hotel room.
Oh, is that right?
No, wait, but let's get Cindy Rubber Doll.
That's all right.
Oh, we got the first name.
Let's get Rubber Doll. No, we weren't even drunk.
No, go ahead.
No, I want to get Rubber Doll. I'm getting Rubber Doll in on this.
Yeah, we were just part of.
I want you to question me about basketball.
I saw you tweeting about Dwight Howard yesterday.
Obviously, everyone knows about that.
So, no,
That's
but
so old time.
No, I don't mean that.
That was so 2006 when he pulled out his penis on me.
My word.
Everyone knows about that.
So you did hook up with Dwight Howard, or he
No.
tried to hook up with you?
He tried to hook up with me.
See, I don't think a lot of people in St. Louis necessarily.
Everyone knows about that.
Doug, did you know about it?
I didn't know about it.
And he loves Dwight Howard. He's got a little fantasy
You know,
about.
me and Dwight are.
You are.
I love Dwight though. He pulled his penis out on me, obviously.
Where was this?
But I was dating Chris Kirkpatrick at the time from NSYNC, so it was like.
Really, Dwight?
I love Dwight Howard though.
Where was this when this happened?
Chris Kirkpatrick's house.
Oh,
I remember.
Hold on. I want to set the
How did you
scene.
wind up at his house?
Because I was dating Chris.
So what was Dwight Howard doing there?
Because Dwight knew I was dating Chris.
So he came over
Yes,
to beat this
uninvited.
guy.
To show it.
Yes, exactly.
So you
In
saw
the
what he was
bathroom.
bringing to the table.
Yes, I saw Dwight.
And how was he doing?
Oh, it's Dwight.
Probably shouldn't describe
Dwight
it.
has.
He's
I'm
healthy.
gonna say at least 12 inches.
Yep.
Jay, is that how you roll?
Well, I think it's an NBA requirement.
That thing, I was just like. But the funniest thing was, I think he thought I was like running because I wasn't interested. It wasn't that I wasn't interested. It was just that I was like.
There was a 7-foot
Chris
intruder in the home.
Here's
That's
the
why
thing.
you were running.
At my time, I was like, well, let's see. You know, girl getting out of porn.
You were getting out of the industry at the time.
Yeah. Failed in singer. Way better career move for me than, you know, Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard's just going to bang and move on. And sinker is going to relationship in my head. You know what I mean?
Right,
and I was looking for a relationship.
So you had been with Chris for a while at the time?
For 4 days. Yes.
Okay, well, 4 days. 4 days is...
4 days was in my head like, yes, I'm going to date Chris Kirkpatrick. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I wasn't
Who's
like...
bigger, Dwight Howard or Chris Kirkpatrick? Be honest.
Okay. I don't even remember
I don't
Chris
know,
Kirkpatrick.
because us
For
Irish
what
guys
I remember,
kind of get a...
Chris Kirkpatrick was like 4 or 5 inches.
That's a rough deal for him, but again, it's the Irish curse. So you guys did not last, you and Chris, didn't you?
No, because then what happened is, the next day he had my assistant put me in the car, because, well, I woke up like, you know, this is before Celebrity Rehab, obviously. This is a 2006. Celebrity Rehab. Filmed it in 2007. So I woke up to like, put her in the car. He was so pissed off about Dwight Howard showing up. Because what happened is like Dwight kept texting and calling, and Chris was like, ignore him. But then Dwight just showed up.
Just showed up at Chris's house?
Yes.
Uninvited. Did he walk in or did Chris let him in?
He just showed up at the door.
He was just,
and he shows up at the door and he
And,
drops
like,
his
yeah.
pants and reveals his Lexington
Well, no, he
steel.
showed up to me, and then I pulled him in the bathroom to explain to me and to leave, and that's when he pulled his pants down.
Well, why'd you have to pull him in the bathroom to explain that he had to leave? Because to me, that sounds like you're inviting to engage in
See,
some kind
I
of
was
coitus.
pulling him in the bathroom to be like, "Hi, baby, you gotta leave," and then he thought it as like,
that's when it's time to go.
Get it on.
Who's bigger, Dwight Howard or Lexington Steel? Go.
I'm gonna say
Doug,
tie.
who do you
Lexington
think?
Steel, Dwight
I have
Howard.
no
I'm gonna say
idea.
tie. I'm gonna say a tie because I haven't seen them both hard and getting it on.
Yeah, so that's something to think about. For our
But
listeners.
I'm gonna say that's a tie. Lexington Steel though is crazy. He like tried to date me, right?
Sure.
During
Played
AVN in
football
like
at Syracuse.
2004.
We all read about
So
that.
like his way of picking me up was leaving his like molded penis at my door in 2004 AVN.
This stuff doesn't
I
really
was
happen.
really,
You're
you
just
left your
making that up.
molded, you left
You
your
made
molded
that up.
penis for me. Thank you.
These things don't happen.
This is. I'll leave my molded vagina for you.
So you gotta pick,
Okay,
you gotta
'cause
pick
I have
and
a molded
choose
vagina, so
yeah, you
should I
gotta
leave
pick
my
and
molded
choose-
vagina for you?
Pick and choose the words we.
Oh.
So Jay's in here, and I told Rubber Doll this. We were tweeting yesterday. Jennings, Mary, and Rubber Doll. He has what would you describe? A mild foot fetish?
I would say a
let's
mild,
let's get it.
very mild
Let's get
foot
our feet
fetish.
up here.
Well, we will. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions.
Here's
though.
some questions. Rubber Doll and Mary Carey in studio.
How you doing, Rubber Doll? Yeah, you are good.
She's got some sexy feet.
Yeah, she's fine.
She got some cubanas.
Sweaty feet? Not necessarily sweaty feet.
Are you Spanish?
No, it's not really a
Jay
fetish.
is a Spaniard.
It's not really. It's an affinity for feet. It's a liking of feet.
There's different.
No, I know there's different. There's a lot of crazy people out there.
Joe wants to ask a question real quick. This is producer Joe. Ladies, what do you think of producer Joe? Look
Producer
at him.
Joe's sexy mother.
Yeah, hey, look at producer Joe. He's
I caught myself.
The real question is, in outside of film life, when was the last time? Because there are a lot
I
of.
haven't done movies since 07, so.
Well, it's been a while. Then for an aspiring man
Maybe
who's
JJ's old.
for an aspiring gentleman looking for a male, female situation, how would you?
Female. Well, you want male, female?
That's what he's
kinda
asking.
Gay. That's kind of gay.
No, it's not
So
gay.
you want a guy, girl? That's not.
A GGB, yes. What types of suggestions would you give to someone?
That's so easy. Gay.
Okay. So, do you think it's kind of gay that he's asking about setting up a male?
Guy, girl.
Yeah, that ain't right.
Even she's shocked by this, Joe.
You're asking for a guy. You want a guy, girl?
Well, I think there are a
what
lot of people.
What exactly are you looking for?
This isn't necessarily isolated to
Explain
me.
the positions you want.
No, I think this isn't.
What exactly are you looking for?
This isn't isolated just for me. I think it's a very popular trend
No.
to high five.
What positions are you looking for here?
Well, I mean,
I've never heard this. I've
Never heard of guys that I want a guy gal.
No, it's not a popular trend.
No.
No,
Joe,
I've never been
what's
asked
wrong,
for it.
Joe? You're wrong.
So please tell me.
I think it's
what
a very
posi-
popular trend.
I want to know what position particularly you're
Well,
looking
I would
for.
prefer to be in the back, but this isn't about me.
Not the back.
No. Well, you've got. No. Like I said, this isn't necessarily isolated from me.
But I don't think anyone else is asking for a guy, girl. Most people want like girl, guy.
Yeah, those people.
Or
I haven't heard
girl,
of the guy.
Yeah,
But for anyone who wants a guy, girl, you know, there's this website. This is very funny. It's called Lifestyle Lounge. It's like, it's a swinger website. Lifestyle Lounge. Oh my God! Now they owe me money, right? Because I'm promoting them.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
no, I'm not even like getting paid to promote them. I like was drunk in like
You don't say.
08 or 09, and I signed up for them. Fuck. F you. And I signed up for them. Oh yeah, put a dump on that. But I signed up for them, and it was so fun. My like neighbor made me sign up for it, and I was like very popular on there.
I would imagine.
Oh yeah, but no, my other neighbor. I'm like my neighbors are swingers, so I'm like into the swinger lifestyle. It's very funny. My condo, but
See, I think it's very trendy for the girl guy.
yeah, it's not the guy girl.
Well, the
like you're
girl
looking
guy's
for.
just so trendy.
I
You
think
gotta
the
buck the
guy
trend.
girl not so popular.
I don't know
The
that
fact
it's
that you're
trendy.
looking-
I think.
Cuckolding word. Is that what you're into?
I think
Pardon?
You like to watch? Like you like to watch?
Oh,
like
like I
the
said,
girl
this is-
and the
this is-
guy?
Cuckolding, that's the best word ever. Say it again.
Jay,
Is that what you're into? You like to watch like the guy and
once
the
again,
girl?
this isn't about me. I'm just asking you.
Sure.
Oh, I don't it's just, it looks like it, though.
Rubber Doll
Yeah,
thinks
he's
you
pretty
are into the
convincing, right?
MMF yourself.
I'm not surprised that he's gay.
Cuckolding.
That word makes me horny.
Clip that. Doug, that wasn't too horny.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
But it's really the non-gays' final show. That's what the show should be called today, and that's just the reality of the whole deal. Boy, what a treat we have, though, for you in this segment. Jay Jr. is in.
Hey, Jay.
Fresh off vacation and U.S. Open viewing.
Yes, indeed.
And you are here for a
What
farewell
I'm calling
edition.
a skin-crawling Friday.
A farewell edition of Foot Fetish Friday.
Yep.
Seika and Kitten. How do you say the last?
I thought forever it was Natividad, but I don't know.
We'll get to the bottom of that.
Yep.
There are a variety of people here.
Handlers, people's brothers are here. This is one of our all times. Yep.
So, Nan, this is our gift to you. To thank you for 3+ years of service, bringing in 2 legends in the adult industry. Granted, before I was born, but either way,
They're just about his parents' age, which is every.
I'd say they're a little older than his parents.
So this is going to be very hot. Why don't we have one of the 20 people working on the show bring in Seika and Kitten, and Jay is going to talk it over.
I think today could be a day Nan gets involved. I think with his going away.
They're in town, of course, for the Contamination Festival with Butch Patrick of the Munsters. Look at this. Here we go, Doug. This is what it's all about, isn't it?
Hey, Kitten.
Come on in.
It's tight quarters in here.
Come on in, and now Seika's going to come in, of course, Doug. There we are.
We hardly fit in here.
Well, if Jay can make it work.
The girls hardly fit in here.
Boy, a lot of people in studio, and what a wonderful thing. Ladies, great to have you here. Kitten and Seika, thank you so much for coming in studio.
Yeah, well, thank you for getting our asses up this early.
Oh, man.
What the hell is wrong with you? Who gets up
Ladies, please. We're on the air, and this is a class operation. Jay, take this mic.
Now, Seika, you know Iggy?
Yes, I just spoke to him a few minutes ago.
How do you know Iggy?
From doing interviews.
Have you guys ever...
Look at you, Mike.
Hook up?
Yes.
No.
She got me here.
I think Iggy's hooked up with that Terry Weigel.
Why don't we put the mic between the 2 ladies
Yes,
there?
I want to share.
Nice. Jennings, we're off to a good start.
I want to share.
Now, who is it that has the foot fetish?
The gentleman right there with the UFC cap to your right, Seika.
Oh, my God.
What was
I
that?
did this just for you.
Look at that.
My Seika.
It's a skin-crawling Friday.
She does have nice feet.
Here we go.
And I did.
And now there's...
Yeah, Kitten's got gorgeous feet.
While you're there, Seika.
Look at this.
They're already playing hard to
I
get.
got a lot of questions for you, Seika.
Feel free to keep rubbing.
All right,
It's okay.
Here we go.
I could use a...
You have worked with one of my favorite performers of all time.
LeVar Burton.
No, kidding.
Jamie Gillis.
Kay Parker.
Oh, you mean girls? Yeah, I love Kay.
Okay.
I absolutely love Kay.
All right, you definitely look like you enjoyed working with Kay.
Well, there was a lot to love.
Yeah, there was a lot to love.
She had nice twins.
Yes, she did. As you do you.
Jay, you should have made your own sound effect right there. And of course, Kitten is known worldwide for her
For what?
her top, you might say.
Oh, I thought for giving head or something.
Ladies,
Doug, can you say that?
Ladies.
Where? Who are you talking to?
It's a classy operation we run here.
Oh, look at he's so shy.
I am shy.
He is a shy guy.
He won't even look
We've
at
got our own. We've got our own.
Look at us.
No,
I was going to say, you brought your own lube?
We keep it here.
Yeah, Lubriderm is the sponsor of the segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, why don't you guys lube up?
you see, here's the thing,
I
Kitten.
don't need to.
I'm not afraid to look, but I know what's going to happen in a minute. This gentleman over here to my left will be applying lotion to your feet and breathing heavily.
Are the best.
Doug.
Well said. Well done.
We like
Very
those.
safe.
Now, Kitten, how were you that much involved in the porn industry? Because you also did a lot of mainstream films and
What
bit
happened
roles.
to me, I became a drunk and did porn.
A drunk?
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
I had fun.
Are you still drinking?
No.
Good for you.
No.
So you're like, you don't drink at all anymore?
No.
No, really? Okay.
I do.
You do? Seika does.
I didn't drink when I did porn. I do now.
Do now.
She drinks for me.
Now you're in town for the Bacteria Festival? What is it? What is it?
It's called contamination.
I'm sorry.
Fool.
I'm sorry.
And Butch Patrick is in town, is he not?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, Doug, you were right. You thought Butch Patrick was here.
Well, he's supposed to be here. And
Is he not? Is he no-showing?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he's going to be here.
All right.
I don't keep
You have-
track of who's arrived and who hasn't yet.
I didn't know if you were
I wanna tell you
friends with
something.
Butch.
Doing porn has
Mhm.
almost ruined my life, and then at times it's been the best thing in my life.
Well, let's start with the negative. How did it ruin it?
Well, I want to hear this.
Well, my parents hate it.
Mm.
And a lot of guys do too. And then a lot of people just judge me and ask me if I care.
I don't think you do.
Do you care?
Strike me as you march to the beat of your own drummer, I'll bet, kitten. Yeah, good for you.
And I never really gave a rip if anybody liked it or didn't.
Now, I thought there was going to be a foot fetish here, but I turned away because this is the part that I don't really get, where Jay worships a foot.
Well, no,
but it was like brief and it was over.
Oh, it's not over. I don't think it started. Oh, I don't think it's even started. The cat. Don't worry, we're just getting started.
Cat, this is Seika is a living legend, my friend.
I understand this.
I must ask you one
Haven't
thing.
you ever had a girl worship your penis?
I don't know if you can say that.
Yeah,
Stedman will get the drop on that one.
Well, of course, but there's a
Well, then
big...
what's the difference?
There's a big difference.
This is pretty and hard.
Yes.
I imagine so is your cock.
No, you can't say these things on the radio.
You can say cock.
No, we can't. No. We can't have that going on.
What, you don't have somebody who has to say,
yes, we do, but it only lasts.
I used to do radio. I had my own show in Chicago for 3 years. I know you got a 7-second delay.
We do, but we can only use it. Stedman B. Stedman's
Jimmy,
on
I got to
it.
say something.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead.
serious.
Yeah, go ahead.
This Seika is a veteran, but she has, the feet of a 25-year-old.
Wow.
You really do.
Well, thank you, darling.
And Jay is a critic.
Actually, I heard about you, so
Yeah.
I went and had a nice
That's what I
Manny
heard.
Petty done.
I figured, it could be with Seika's time on the planet, and
I was on my knees, not my feet.
Well, that's true. But nice.
Tim, look at the sales guy behind the glass.
Just
creeping
watching
out,
you.
creeping out in the worst way.
How you doing?
Yeah, come on in. There's plenty of room. Jennings, so you were saying Seika has beautiful feet. 25-year-old feet is what you said.
I'm not kidding. It's really amazing. You would not think that a
58-year-old woman
58 would have those type of feet. J-Boy, get a good shot of them, will you? No, get him. This is Non's last day today, the non-gay.
This is his farewell show, kitten.
It'll be memorable. Right?
It already is, I think. Now,
I was
Seika...
going to say, don't expect head. Not get
The one thing I want to say about Seika that I remember being a younger person and seeing...
Hold on, this is where Jay gets emotional.
No.
This is where he's going to really bring on the
some of the
waterworks.
magazines. One thing about Seika that always seemed to be there was the drapes matching the
carpet, the drapes matching, yes.
But is that legit? Was that coloring? Because
I'm a true blonde.
Because you used to get that look going.
My hair is almost black. I'm half Cherokee Indian and half Irish.
Are you really?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I just figured it was a little work. Yeah.
Yeah, you had to bleach the pubes.
Well,
you can say pubes.
You can say that one.
Say pubes.
You thought I was going to say something else.
Yes, when I heard the P, I was thinking, oh boy, Stedman's going to be on the drop button again. Now, Jennings, Seika, are you into hot foot play like Jennings is?
Oh, I love feet.
Is that right?
Yes,
okay.
I do.
And Jay doesn't have a foot fetish. He says it's a mild.
It's an affinity.
It's an affinity.
It's not really
different than a fetish. He said.
Not even worth
You don't like breast?
Oh, yes, I do. But it's not as easy to do Breast Tuesdays. The FCC.
That's true, but it's not television.
No, that is true. But these are legends. I got to touch her feet. I think Non should touch her feet since it's Non's last day.
Oh wow, what a treat that is, Doug.
Very generous.
Seika's a living
Candy, little
legend.
boy.
See, I'm not really into feet. I don't know what
You haven't touched mine
That's
yet.
right.
Yeah, that's right. Here you go. Well, this is going to be great. Doug, this is,
I don't hear lube up.
he doesn't need the lotion. Oh, I think that'll be for your final.
She told you.
For your final day. Jay Boyd, let me know if I'm blocking your shot. I'm not very tall.
Law school. This is great.
He is.
Well, then you should get used to feet because you're going to get kicked in the ass a lot.
Look at that. Look at the non.
He does know. Look at him. He's done it before.
Thank you again. I love you.
You're absolutely right.
and they're clean.
No, they
Yeah, fresh
clean.
off a pedicure. The cat, how's everything going over there?
Dear.
Right on schedule, Tim?
Not how that
we're
treat
right
you.
on schedule.
How was that experience?
I understand where Jay's coming from now.
Oh, really?
I do.
Wow.
So we're going to have a discussion with the lady about this.
I think he's going to be a winner on trial.
Did either one of you work with Long Dong Silver?
I did.
Okay.
No.
Doug. I know you like
Well,
him.
that was his name.
Yeah, Doug's afraid of him.
Jay, are you going to engage in any activity here with Seika and Kitten? I can't believe that you're not going to do this. What about getting kicked by them?
No, I'm not getting kicked by them.
You're going to do it, Jay.
I can't believe you're not.
I'll let Seika.
This is like the barbecue.
You want me to kick you in the
Yes.
No, he likes to get kicked in the head, Seika.
Not
If I
in the
got to
head.
sit through this,
it's a weird
Jay's getting
thing.
kicked in the face.
All right, Seika.
No,
Just now.
I know, I'm not going to hurt you.
I know. Just a little,
Here we go.
like a slap.
More.
This is a professional.
Kick him.
More. That's perfect.
Lou the Toad Rosa. Kick him in the face.
See, here's the thing. When you get talent like this, it's not like having these nut job 19, 20-year-old broads in. I mean, these are legitimate women.
So I would think you'd want her to kick in the face.
They only have
harder.
peach fuzz by then.
Doug.
I got to say, I'm a little disappointed by Jay's performance.
I'm taken aback by the level of talent that we have
She
in the
wants
room.
to kick you in the face. Let her get
She
to
gave
it.
me. I'd like to get
He's
slapped
doing
in the
all
face.
work, you guys.
Well,
All right, I've got something. Jay, get on your knees, honey.
oh jeez.
Here we go. Here we
And
go.
while you're there,
Look at this. Oh, look at that. Look at Jennings. Seika, keep that going for another 10 seconds if you could. I'm gonna get that.
I love it.
Are those called kegels or?
I know that's for a different area.
All right, that's
Great.
right. See, I mean,
Good one.
you know.
All right, you redeemed yourself.
Well done.
That's big. Senior's gonna like that one. Seika, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Kitten and Seika, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
I wasn't gonna tongue kiss her foot.
Today, Doug, we are on the road at the Anheuser-Busch Beer Garden, brother.
I noticed that, Tim.
What a place for a party this
I
is.
know. Look at this. Some of our wonderful listeners are here at 7 in the morning. Doug, how effing perverse is that?
Right.
And some are drinking.
Many of them do have the ankle bracelets that prisoners are given when they're allowed out of jail.
We also have Fit Chick. We have Tawny. She's shooting up the power rankings of intern prospects.
Is she?
Because it's number
some
one of one.
Some of them just don't quite cut it.
Evil David Letterman. And then Janie the lesbian is here as well. I mean, it's a star-studded cast.
I just want to say, I really, in all seriousness, congratulations, brother.
God bless you,
somebody
sir.
who worked with you when you were young in the industry, saw you kind of create this and make it happen. And I know Matt Seebeck's going to be by later.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought this would be where we were 10 years from?
Not
10
I
years
said
ago.
to fly. But thank you
Doug,
so much.
As I say to everybody, who knew? I mean,
I didn't know myself.
years and years, you'd watch Doug on TV, and then, well, that's a nice guy. He's just a perfect sports guy for a TV station, and then they put him on the radio.
Yep. Unleash the beast is what they say.
Right. It's pretty much destroyed my career.
Well, it's made a completely other career.
Giving you permission right now to put a bullet in my brain. It's just been disappointing, that's all.
I disagree with that. We get wonderful texts such as this one from Yasiel the Boy Puig. Has Doug had sex yet this morning?
Oh, for crying out loud.
Legitimate
And
question.
it starts.
With this type of crowd, that's a legitimate question.
Now, I just received a text from the Sea Monster, even though he's sitting about a foot away from me. And, Doug, the text says, Fit Chick has to be in South County around 8. So if we're going to have her on, we'll probably have to do it pretty soon.
Okay.
So I guess we'll call our first guest to the stage here.
Right.
Fit Chick, good morning.
Good morning.
It is wonderful to have you here. You are sitting right next to Jennings. Have you guys met before today?
No, we've never met. I didn't get to hear the day she was on, and as I said, Fit Chick, I don't understand. There's a lot of hatred on the fan page. What's up with that?
I have no idea. There's a lot.
How much weight did you lose?
165 pounds.
165 pounds, Doug. That's
I mean,
what I weighed in
that's
this
a lot
morning.
of
It is a lovely story. It really is.
It is an incredible story, and that's why what I don't understand is why do you think that there are some people in the cult that is the morning after that have such disdain for you?
I think originally they thought I came on to self-promote, and they don't really know the backstory of it. I actually tried to reach out to Tim, tried to friend request him, but again, remember,
he's got
too many friends. Yep. The main reason why I wanted to reach out to him was just to kind of ask him, about sponsorships and how he goes about getting sponsorships, because I am trying to launch my own podcast show, but I wasn't trying to promote it. It is not live at the moment. I'm just trying to muddle through and figure my way through it all. And then he started asking me, because I guess he did a little back research about my weight loss and wanted to have me on simply because it was, a good story, and obviously I'm a female, so.
That's usually all it
Yeah.
The good story was neither here nor there.
It's just the female's the big thing.
Right, that's all.
This may be rehashed, but how exactly did you lose the weight?
Honestly, just eating clean and exercising. Took me a little under 4 years.
Wow. Did losing the weight, that amount of weight, change you sexually or your sexuality?
Nice, Jennings.
Crying out loud, Jennings.
That's a legitimate question.
Crying in a bucket.
Let me just say this.
Yeah.
I've had 2 children naturally, no C-section, and things are definitely more youthful through all the squatting.
No one's ever said that before.
It's true.
Things are more youthful because of the squatting.
It's true.
That's one of those sentences that's never been uttered before.
It's true.
Things are more youthful
I
because
do
of the
I do a lot of
squatting.
squats.
But you're not happy with your breasts on the show. You described them as 2 tortillas.
That is true.
Jay, what are we going to do about that?
What size bra, or what size?
This is a bombshell bra from Victoria's
It's the
Secret.
10th anniversary.
We're supposed to be doing journalism.
Oh, then they need to go to 1120. All right, so what size? Or you got them pumped up a little today?
Well, this is a bombshell bra by Victoria's Secret. Gotta love.
What's that mean?
Wait, what is that?
It's a good bra.
Just a
So
good
it
one.
lifts them up? Is that what it does?
I have some inserts in there too.
Are they
Inserts.
I'm a D, but
Where?
But
Jimmy, she said she's a D.
This is a D. Yeah.
Do they have a cold shower somewhere here on campus?
You straight up are a D.
There you go.
All right, no, I can see a little.
Okay.
And how do you now see this? People think that sometimes I have a foot fetish. I don't have a foot fetish.
No.
But I enjoy feet and I appreciate feet. How do you feel about your feet, and did they change from when you were a tank until now?
A tank? God.
I really hate feet, but
I understand.
I used to have Fred Flintstone feet before.
Oh, very hot.
They've thinned out quite a bit since I've lost.
Yeah, I mean, they look phenomenal in the shoe.
Do you want to see them out of the shoe?
Hell yeah.
Oh, here we go, Doug. Here we go.
There you go.
You got great feet. Put them up here so the listeners can see.
I have a dress on.
You can watch this right now on Periscope. The Plowboy is on it. And he's doing
I'm not
fine
going to
work.
look. Just put
I
them
have
there.
a dress on.
All right. She does have good feet. We'll put them online.
We'll put them online.
Boy, this guy's a smooth operator. First, all he had to do was call her a tank, and now she's taking her clothes off.
I appreciate
It's
what
got
she's
that
done.
swag.
And you're married? Happily?
Like you had
That's
a chance
lie.
again.
Yeah,
Ain't
yeah.
nobody happily married. How would you feel just to get the day started if I just rubbed your foot for a minute? Nothing out of control. We're not going to put your foot in the cake. Just to start, kind of get the show kick-started a little.
Sure.
Just for the listener, a rub of the foot.
For entertainment value, sure.
Jimmy, is that okay with you?
Jennings, of course
Doug,
it is.
Doug,
Whatever, Jay.
get that foot off.
Here we go.
Get that foot off.
I don't know what
I'd
that
like to
means.
take the foot with you.
Look at the Plowboy getting up
They're
close.
sweaty.
It's like watching Spielberg work.
These are very nice, girl.
Look at both of our producers circling like vultures during this whole thing.
Now, what is the little? Is
I
it a
don't know.
butterfly?
I have no idea.
Do you do them yourself, or
No.
do you get petties?
Of course, I go get petties.
Janie, you want to touch? You all right?
Janie, the lesbian, has just waved
Want
it
to
off.
check? All right.
This is a rough day for journalism, fellas.
Very nice. All right. Just to get it started, we're just going to give it one little kiss, and that'll be
No.
That was a bait and switch. You said you're not going to do anything.
I just said, well, a kiss is different than anything. All right, we'll leave it alone since you're married.
Thank you.
All right.
So when is the podcast? Is it started or?
Well, it hasn't started, but there's a lot of issues going on there, and I can't decide if I want to go live or if I want to do podcasts. So
Where would you go live?
I don't know. I've got some opportunities coming available. So
Jennings.
She said that in kind of a slide.
Jennings said a cryptic delivery.
What are you up to, gal?
That 590's looking for something. I know that.
1080 the woman.
1380.
1380, sorry, my bad.
Who's keeping track?
Not me.
Plowboy, how's the Periscope? What are they saying in the Periscope chat? Get on a microphone somewhere here.
Hopefully they're saying nice things
I would
about Amber.
assume it's nice stuff.
Yes.
Here's the Plowboy.
About Amber.
A lot of free dotems. Maybe Doug should do it with his shirt off.
Typical stuff then, right?
Fit chick has a... Nope.
It's better just
No,
not
what
to
did
read
it say?
Topless, please. Tee-hee, free dotem. Plowsy, hold it on Doug. I'm not done yet.
No, for crying out loud.
Oh, that's beautiful.
She has an odor.
Oh,
it's a good thing we're reading these.
Get this one. Chad, you in the crowd? LOL. There's that one.
People are communicating with each other out there, Doug, through the Periscope.
This is all very creepy.
And female Batwing. So that's what we got. Just good content.
Thank you very much for a sample of what's going on in the Periscope. Again, it's at Peoria Plowboy today because we just couldn't quite figure out how to switch his account from that to at TMASTL. Fit Chick, thank you so much for coming down. Are you going to be at the party this evening?
I'll be at the after party.
You'll be at the after party. Are you bringing your husband?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why'd you give that smirk?
Because I don't think she digs him that much.
Oh, Jennings! Jennings!
Nothing wrong with that.
You could tell?
I don't know.
What was the give?
Amber, a chance for you to respond to that. I mean, he's soiling the sanctity of your marital vow.
All I said was I don't know that they dig each other
We're
that
not
much.
going to talk about my marriage on air.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Fit Chick, everybody. Let's give it up for Fit Chick. She puts up with a lot of hell.
All right, Fitzy.
All right, Fitzy. Thank you very much to Fit Chick. You see all the pictures up on the fan page. They'll probably be up on Inside STL as well. We've tweeted some out as well as we broadcast live from the Anheuser-Busch Beer Garden. Janie, the lesbian, is here, Doug.
Yeah, I saw her.
We have Tawny, who I got so much good feedback on from being on the air yesterday, and a lot of people just want to ship us out and have her just do the show now.
Sure, that would make some sense.
Would that bother you?
No, I'd be happy to get into business.
Where is Tawny from, Tim?
Fresno, California.
And how did she wind up in the loo?
Because, I don't know, Tawny, you want to come up here and talk it over? Tell Jennings some things? Doug, here's the free Dotem sticker for you to sign. Doug's going to sign the free Dotem sticker. Well, come on up here, Tawny. We'll talk on the microphone. We got to... Plowboy's taking pictures, so you just grab his headphones here. Ladies and gentlemen, Tawny, she is an intern prospect is what we're calling her. That's 24 years old. She is a unique combination, perhaps the only combination of Mexican-American, Native American, and German-American. Made it uncomfortable for the cat yesterday, but still went off well. So that's all correct. But how did you go from Fresno to St. Louis?
My friend moved here, and then she ended up moving to Georgia and then got pregnant. And I stayed. I met White Collar Gangster, who's right there.
There's the White Collar Gangster. Doug, isn't the White Collar Gangster lithe?
Does he have a name?
That's
Ryan,
that's your horse right there. That guy's.
Are you going to piss on their relationship?
No, I just was making sure it was.
That's your horse.
That's your
I can't
horse.
talk as cool as you do, Jay.
Jennings is cool.
He really is.
Oh gosh. So how long have you been here?
Oh goodness, a little over 4 years. 4 years.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay. All right.
August.
Okay.
Yeah, she's legit. You were living in Arnold, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's legit.
No question.
Huh?
Yeah, no question.
No question.
Arnold don't play.
To go from Southern California to Arnold, boy, you've got it licked. Figure it out.
Yeah, the weather's amazing. Happy about it.
It's a move a lot of people are looking to make.
What did you think, Tawny, as you got to observe your first Foot Fetish Friday? Pretty impressive, huh?
It was pretty impressive.
Look at that, Jennings.
Very mild.
Very mild.
Yes, very mild.
Very mild. Yes.
You're mad that she wouldn't let you.
The table.
I mean, I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot. No.
Oh, Jay.
I was just going to give her a little smooch to send her off, but, she's got the bad marriage, so we're just...
Oh, my word. Doug, do something. This is wrong.
I'm kidding, Amber.
This is wrong.
I'm kidding, Amber.
This is wrong.
Jay's loaded for bear this
He
morning.
is. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been waiting for this moment for a long time. Jennings, you've been waiting for this moment for a long time. It is time for Janie the lesbian to make her first live appearance on the radio show.
Big lesbian.
She has been to Jennings' cage, and now she sits next to Jennings Randolph Jr. Plowboy, it is time for you to Periscope like the Dickens.
Now, as I told you earlier, one of the things that disappoints me a little bit, I mean, I love Janie the lesbian. She is cool, chick, perfect. She's my lesbian twin.
What does that mean?
You two look alike. You two do.
MLT. But why are you not more aggressive towards gals because in talking to you, I know you have a sexual appetite.
Absolutely.
Oh, God. How do you know that this is a conversation in the cage?
We chat about.
Why were you at Jay's house, by the way?
Because we wanted to hang out. We wanted to hang out, and.
But there was nothing because Jay's interested. There's no Jay. You confirmed that, right?
No. Did I make a play?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, but if she would have been. You would be interested.
Sure.
Okay, all right, yeah, I know, but if a gentleman invites you over to the house or cage,
was cool with it. She was cool with it. We have a couple of things in common.
All right.
Yeah.
But did you think that there was any possibility of something doing Janie the lesbian?
No.
No.
No, that never really crossed my mind.
All right, fair enough. All right. So in this conversation in the cage,
I just get the feeling that what I don't understand, being a pretty open person, is, and she's somewhat open, that she's not more aggressive towards chicks.
Why is that, Janie the lesbian?
Okay, so I was in a serious relationship for 9 years. Actually, was my relationship with my ex-boyfriend, and when we broke up, I was the typical promiscuous lesbian. I was involved with a few chicks.
Oh, that's so hot, Jay. That's so hot.
I knew you'd like that.
And so that went on for the whole year after he and I broke up, and I just decided for my own good that I needed to kind of pot that down a little bit, and
she said pot it down,
and take a little break from doing that and kind of get my stuff together. And
where are you at in the process of getting your stuff together we can go out and find some babes?
So here's the thing. So as you know,
you're going to go with her, Jay, to try to find them.
Yes, this is going to be my wingman. So as you know, Jennings, I just got my new place.
Yep.
And,
where is your new place?
So St. Gabe's
Grove?
area.
St. Gabe's?
No, they wouldn't let me in. I applied.
They wouldn't let you
I
in.
applied,
Really?
and
Oh, no.
so
Where's Fungo?
Fungo held around.
Fungo.
They kicked me north up to Lindenwood Park area. So I'm at Jameson Arsenal area. So
yeah, I know that.
So yeah, it's a nice spot. So I'm getting things together there.
And this is going to become a lesbian dojo.
Exactly.
Wow.
What the hell is that?
But you would say you have a fairly strong sexual appetite.
Yes.
Okay.
So I would think that tonight, this Inside STL 10th anniversary party is going to be laden with hot, young, bi-curious.
It won't be. It's bi-curious guys.
Now, Janie, you made it clear to me, so I don't want to put you in an awkward position, that hashtag FFF ain't your bag, sister. That is not your thing. Jennings, your thoughts on that?
That's fine with me. I've seen her feet. I could have if I wanted to touch.
What does that mean, Doug? I could have if I wanted to.
If I wanted to have touched her feet.
Sound pretty sure of yourself there, guy.
We've got a unique relationship right now. I've got a beef tab, a best friend that's a boy, that's my son.
A beef tab?
I got a beef tag, a best friend that's a girl, that's Sarah B, and this is my beef towel. My best friend that's a lesbian. So I don't need to mess with her feet.
So you're fine with this?
Absolutely. She has nicer feet than she gives herself credit. In fact,
is that the reason you don't like hot foot play? You don't like your feet?
No, I enjoy my own feet. Yeah.
Okay.
She had the cojones to send me a picture of her foot with the mole on it. Rather than
foot with a mole on it.
It's a tiny mole. And instead of sending me the picture of her good foot. So that told me a lot about her.
What does that tell you about somebody?
It means if you have a mole on your foot, it's considered a bad foot. It's like a club foot. It's like webbed toes.
No, it's not a bad mole.
No, it's just not the. Well, yeah. I mean, if you have 2 feet and there's one with a mole and without a mole,
which would you send?
Which would you send?
Exactly. I guess the one without the mole.
Yeah.
So
I just put it out there and be like, hey man, look, here you are.
A lot of questions are coming in on the Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill text inbox, and I'll field a few of them here, Janie, for you. How common is scissoring in the lesbian community?
Edward R. Murrow is spinning like a lathe in his grave right now.
I can give you a little.
Jake can answer the question.
No, because I asked her. I said, do you know what tribbing is? Okay, so Doug, do you know what tribbing is?
I'm afraid I do, but I don't want to admit it. No, I don't have a clue.
I looked it up on the Urban Dictionary.
I don't know.
She took a little bit of time. She took a little bit of time, and she came back and said, "You mean like scissoring?"
Yeah.
Wonderful. So now that we have it established, what is the answer? I would say 100% of lesbianic sessions involve scissoring. That's what my sources tell me.
No, that's
Confirm
not
that.
true.
Damn it, all the hell.
No. No, that's actually not like a really common thing.
August the 4th on the
What do you have here,
some
Janie?
gifts for you
Janie
guys.
has gifts as well, Doug.
So Doug, this is for you.
What's that say?
It's a give me that daddy butter.
You actually went and had that printed?
Yes, we sure did. So that's for Doug. I actually have one for you too, Jennings.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. I'll put that right on my
I
car.
have a 9:20 a.m. boy for Timmy.
Oh, nice! Look at that, Doug.
Loving behavior.
That is
That is.
wonderful. It looks like it's a parody of those joy stickers that I currently have on the back of my car.
So, and then I have one more for you, Paul.
What do we have?
I have a Ween Wednesday.
Oh, my God. We could sell those. People would love a Ween Wednesday bumper sticker.
So these are courtesy of Buck Swope, by the way.
Buck Swope.
Yes.
Doug, you like that Buck Swope? Isn't he great?
Buck
Is that
Swope
Buck
is in the
Swope?
house. Yes.
Buck Swope.
I talk with Buck Swope on Facebook.
And
See, if you were on the message board, you'd know.
Yeah,
on the
fan
page.
Boy, do I feel like I've really
I
missed
noticed-
out on some great stuff.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After. My name is Tim McKernan. Doug, and we're broadcasting on the road at Normandy for the inaugural Free Dotem Open. We're going to have a Foot Fetish Friday segment for the ages coming up. Caller Jordan, Doug, if you're watching on MSNBC.
I never watch MSNBC. Ever.
Is over there talking to my wife. Her name is Anna Marie. She's of Italian descent. And then there's Eric in the Central West End.
Yeah, sure.
Right there. He can go home. Jay is shipping Eric in the Central West End out. It is your course.
When are you doing the foot fetish, Jay?
I mean, it can happen at any time, can't it?
How about 15 minutes?
15 minutes.
Wow.
He needs to go prepare. Maybe empty out.
What are you doing?
What a wonderful moment it is on a beautiful Friday morning here at Normandy for the first annual Free Dotem Classic. It's unbelievable. Jennings, good morning.
How are you?
Well, how about what we have going on here today?
It is really cool. The morning has gone off without a hitch, and we're having fun. A great start to the morning.
From what I can see from right here, it looks like the course is really in good shape.
It does look good, Jennings.
The course is in very good shape.
How's the track?
The track is good, Charlie.
How about the layout?
The layout has always been good, Doug, since 1901. It's Senior grew up here, I think.
How's the frog's hair here?
A frog's hair right now is good. We're rolling at about 11 on the step meter. I think you'd like it.
Perfect conditions for a Foot Fetish Friday.
It's a Chamber of Commerce day, and we have a Chamber of Commerce lady in the house.
Wow. Jordan, if you would, make your way to the Gateway Buick GMC Roving Studios.
How you doing, Jordan?
Caller Jordan and Jennings are meeting.
Gracious.
The listeners start to get a little closer to the studio. Doug, you notice that guys start all of a sudden arriving?
I did see that.
Yeah.
People have stopped golfing.
Yeah.
They stopped playing.
Carts are flying over here.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. Jennings, this is Jordan. Jordan is a caller to the program.
How did you get, first of all, involved, start listening to the program? Was it your friend you've got with you? Is that your Fifi or your boyfriend?
Fifi.
What's a Fifi?
Your fiance.
Oh.
No, that's my other half.
That's your other half.
Yes.
That's a great way of saying it. I like that. So did he start listening, or did you start listening?
I would stay home a couple times and then wake up to hearing a bunch of men coming from a room, which I thought was kind of odd.
I think it sounds hot.
And then I would open the door, and he'd be listening to the show, and the stuff that you guys would talk about was just a little off.
Doug, what do you mean
but
by
I
that?
got sucked into it, so here I am.
So you like to listen to the show?
I do.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Is that a rude question?
Not for her. She looks like she's...
I'm 28.
28? Dude, I'd have lost that. I'd have gone like 24.
No, 28.
28, that's my favorite age.
Is
Did you
it?
know that? Yeah.
I thought you liked like 50-year-olds.
Yeah, we had a girl. We had these porn stars who were 70. You said that was your favorite age.
Kitten, the Davidad.
That's right, in Seika.
We always ask the gals that participate in Foot Fetish Friday, how do you feel personally about your feet?
What a great question. Isn't that a great question?
No, we don't always ask them. You ask them.
Okay, Jordan, how do you feel about your feet?
Coming from you?
No, how do you personally feel about your feet?
I feel like I have good feet. I take care of them. I get pedicures.
You do have fantastic feet. I must say, you were dead on about that. When was the last time you were passionately kissed? And when I say passionately kissed, I mean your knees buckled and stuff.
What a great question.
By a male or a female?
Oh, my word.
Doug, do something.
Just the answer you were looking for, wasn't it?
It's like she went to class for this interview.
You guys were going there, so I thought I'd
So you just
beat
helped
you to
us.
the punch.
God, don't tell us that. We need to be able to believe that this is true.
So
Jay's sending me pictures of Jordan's feet.
I will.
I went to Missouri journalism.
Almost got a degree.
Almost did. 8 hours.
Are you born and raised in the Loop?
No, she's Roll Damn Tide, man.
Oh, you are from Alabama itself.
Like a small town in Alabama.
Yep, it's called Lake Gunnersville.
And how did you wind up here?
I took my job here.
Nice.
We have a rare case of an attractive, educated female moving to
coming here,
St. Louis, as opposed to the usual pattern of just moving to Chicago after graduating college.
That's a rarity,
This is a phenomenon. This
It
is.
Do you know, by chance, what date Pearl Harbor was?
A very important question, Doug.
Not that I was studying or anything.
Yes. do you know? It's a big thing.
It was December 7th, 1941.
There we go.
Wow. Jay, now we've never had
We've never had a correct answer.
We've never had anybody answer this correctly.
Do you mind if I just
Here we go.
rub your
Eric
feet
in the CWE, how do you respond
He
to this?
likes it. He's fist pumping.
I mean, if I just rub
Are you getting a prize for this, by the way? Is there like tickets to a game?
I'm giving them golf for 4 here in Norman.
All right.
And if it's really good, maybe they'll get an 8-some. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious!
Now, what's so great, Jay?
Her feet are soft. She's got no issues. They're totally.
Now, what do you mean by no issues? What could be issues?
Some of the gals get a little rough around the edges. And
hammer toes.
I told you about the gal I saw the other day.
Yeah,
that was just
that's a shame.
terrible.
I feel bad for her.
The fourth toe was bigger than the big toe.
Her foot is not too big.
No.
What's the ideal size for you, Jennings?
Jordan? Wow. I mean, everything is proportionate.
Now, Jordan, Jay is caressing your feet right now. How do you feel?
Don't slide.
I'm hanging in there.
Don't slide.
Hanging in there.
Hanging in there. Good God, that's when you know it's hot. That's when you know it's hot.
She's very polite.
I'm going to ask you one more question because you are so
very
fine. Can I just kiss the top? No tongue.
No
tongue.
No.
Oh,
No, Doug, do something. The Cardinals won last night.
Oh, they hit 2 out of the park.
No tongue.
Jay, you just got to kiss Jordan's feet. Your thoughts?
I'm the luckiest guy in town today.
Wow, isn't that amazing, Doug? We're making
Today,
dreams
I
come
consider
true.
myself the luckiest man.
I mean, not only is
on the
she
face of this earth.
an 11, but her feet are as good as it gets.
Best you've seen.
Best
Can I
I've
say,
seen.
though?
Best
Can I
I've
say,
seen. The more I look at them, I would like to. I wish I could just cut it off and put it on my mantle.
Are you going to be okay?
No, I'm going to be all right. I knew,
not weird.
I knew. That's not
I
weird.
feel like we need to get like a little mold made for
Yeah.
him.
No.
A little
Oh,
prosthetic.
wow.
You
Yeah.
could, like, have
I'd
it.
pay for that.
Can we talk about on the air a past gentleman lover of yours?
Uh-oh.
Or can we not?
Well, that wouldn't be uncomfortable at all.
Cincinnati days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.5 years.
Okay.
Joey Votto.
No.
Jay
Nope.
Bruce.
Nope.
Brandon Phillips.
Oh, wait, I think I know where you're going with this.
Well, yeah. Yeah, you are. I mean,
Somebody on the Reds?
Jock sniffer?
Hold on. Andy Dalton.
I'm not going to say names.
oh, you're not going to say names. All right, then I'm glad I
I'll
didn't.
let people,
TJ Houshmandzadeh.
I'll let people put it all together.
Big Al guest Dave Concepcion.
Well, that's
But,
a little older.
Joe Morgan.
Take a
So
donation.
I did get set up with a gentleman that does play for the Reds,
White guy?
and we went.
Brandon Phillips.
We went on a couple dates,
Right.
actually like 4 dates.
Uh-huh.
He did have to have a translator with him.
Could have been Concepcion.
It could have been Eugene from the final boss with the Cardinals.
Rysel Iglesias.
So the plot twist is
Did the
he
translator
slept-
come with you?
Yes.
So that's
which
an
I thought-
MMF, Doug, which is
was
the
a
more
friend.
popular.
I thought it was a friend. Later on, I found out it was the translator. Because he could speak a little
translator.
broken
A little
English.
broken.
Now, hold on
Yeah.
a second. What years are we talking? Give us a window.
2000. Let's see. What is it? 16. So 14.
2014.
Did he have
Jennings.
dreadlocks?
No.
So it wasn't
Somebody guessed Chris Sabo.
Did he have
So
Rex back?
he ended up getting my plot twist here. Ended up getting my friend pregnant behind my back.
Wow.
And
See, there's
now-
a whole thing here. That's why I brought it up.
So you had gone out on a couple of dates with him and the translator.
Over the course of a month, we had gone on like 4 dates.
And then how quickly after that do you find out that the friend's got one and the other?
Well, he just wasn't. I'm just not an athlete type, so it just wasn't working
Good
out.
for
Devin
you.
Mesoraco.
And then I moved to St. Louis, and he ended up getting one of my really close friends
Back in Cincy or here?
back in Cincy.
Okay.
And was this going on behind your back, caller Jordan?
Maybe. I
Oh,
don't know.
my
I
word.
didn't
Can you
really
tell
care.
us-
At that point, you just don't
Can you
care.
tell
and
us-
Move on.
Can we have just initials?
How about pitcher or position player?
I enjoy a guessing
I'm guessing.
game.
I'm
Doug
guessing,
loves a guessing game.
I'm guessing he's a pitcher.
Just initials is all that
Pitcher.
we need. 'Cause we wouldn't be able to
Yes.
find it.
Aroldis
He was
Chapman?
a pitcher.
Was it Aroldis Chapman?
It was Aroldis.
Wow! The Cuban Missile Crisis?
Wow. Wow.
He was a tall drink of water, wasn't he?
Not my type.
Wow!
But you went out with him 4 times. And the translator.
And the translator.
Was at least the food good?
No, he's a nice guy. He's a lot of fun to hang out with, but
Nah.
Not your.
Not
your
an athlete kind of person.
Good for you. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Well, you are a fascinating feline.
Now, did you just go back and touch your feet again?
Yeah, he did. He had to get another little feel.
Well, now they should get an 8-some. If you keep going back.
All right, I'll take it easy. 6, maybe 6. We'll give her 6.
A roll is Chapman.
I got to ask Jordan one more.
Oh, you're not done.
Here we go.
Are they real?
Oh, yes.
Her feet?
No.
Yes, no, they're real.
You kind of got them holstered, and I could.
And you're mad about that?
No. She probably needs to holster them with the fella here and the whole thing, and the crowd we got here. It's probably best they're holstered.
Right.
But you are neat. Good grade. I'm gonna go do something. Have a cigarette.
There he goes, ladies and gentlemen. The man in charge of Normandy, Jennings Randolph. Listen to this crowd. Have you ever heard a crowd like this, Charlie?
It's unbelievable. It was like Game 6.
Caller Jordan, thank you so much. You were wonderful on the program. Caller Jordan, Doug.
Thank you, Jordan.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot. Did anybody, just out of curiosity, did anybody in the building bring a pair of socks?
Did anybody in the building bring a pair of socks? Timberfake is showing something.
Socks.
I thought we might have a pair of socks.
No. Mara St. Chuck continues
But
to
my
make a good
understanding,
thing.
Ariana, is that you wore a pair of socks.
I wore a pair of socks, yes.
Wow. She wore a pair of socks.
And Doug, what does that mean?
Doug?
She's ready for your advances, I think.
Well, it's not necessarily advances, as we've talked about numerous times.
But it was all leading to this point.
It's not for me. It's for these people and the people that wake up and listen to you every morning.
All right.
And your Republican stance.
Right.
And the fact that you're not a member of the fan page.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
Still, they still listen. So, is it possible, Ariana, that we could see your socked foot?
Doug's socked foot. We can.
We can.
Yeah.
We
Would
can.
it be?
I'll take my sock off, too.
Oh, my God, she'll take her sock off, Doug.
You're not going to go naked with the sock. All right, here,
Full
if
noodle
possible,
footing. Full noodle
if
footing.
possible, could Iggy pull down
Easy
the
now.
zipper? The zipper.
Easy.
The zipper.
The zipper of what?
The boot.
Oh.
Is there a zipper on the boot?
Yes.
Jay's going to
Could
need a
Iggy pull
defibrillator
the
at some
zipper
point.
on the boot?
Yeah.
All right.
So Iggy gets to...
You get to pull the zipper down. Oh, look,
Where's Iggy? Where's Iggy? There he is.
Hey.
I'm not into feet.
I didn't say you were in the
Don't get
feet.
me involved in
All
your
right. Does
fetish.
anybody want to pull the zipper down?
Iggy's disgusted right now.
Maybe Mike Lee pulls the zipper.
All right.
Oh, maybe I'll do it.
All right. Ariana, stand up, dear.
All right, here we go. Iggy is going to pull down...
What? I mean, you are a tiny thing. You could say the FCC agrees with that, right?
I think the FCC's fine with saying tiny thing.
Tiny thing.
All right, Iggy is now getting on...
Oh, she's got... It's not really zippers. It's
Velcro?
harnessed, or they got...
Oh, you mean a strappy, bro?
Yes. Where's Janie?
Look at what's going on. Mike is being restrained by the Mayor of St. Chuck.
Yep.
Iggy has just taken off her boot.
And there's
and
Swope.
and now things are starting to happen, Jay.
Yeah, they
Jay,
are.
now things are starting to happen.
Jay, how
we
are the
sell
vitals?
those socks at Normandy.
Jay, how are the vitals right now?
Mine are good. I knew from doing a little preview stuff, and obviously the fact that she's worked with a friend of mine,
Who?
a wannabe friend, Ava.
Oh.
Ava Adams. If you can introduce me to Ava. All right, now sit down for a second.
Oh, you want me to sit? Okay.
Yeah, I want to be careful because I don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. That's one of the prerequisites from the agreement that I signed at the station.
Okay.
Do you need a safe word?
I don't know that I need a safe word, but if you could.
Look at Alvin Mack is guarding.
He's got to get close.
He's getting into a crouch. I think the Cardinals still need an outfielder.
No question. If you
gotta
could,
have somebody
if
in
you
center.
could put your, can you put Ariana? Can you put your foot right there?
I can. Yeah.
I mean, I want to be careful. I don't want you to get too close to Doug. A lot of people here like Doug.
Dexter Fowler's out there, free agent. Wouldn't cost you anything.
All right. So there.
I like Billy
Doug,
Hamilton.
Doug,
As a leadoff guy. Good
she's
defensive center
she's
fielder.
sponsored by Nautica.
Okay,
Oh, really? Is that right?
Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You're a short, tiny gal. For the listener that's not here, Look at why you got to do that?
Like that arch.
Why you got to do the arch like that?
Okay. Wow. So that does it for you.
Well,
I didn't even notice anything, and all of a sudden I felt like she took her top off, but all she did was move her foot.
It's like a movement. I mean, it was.
And all of a sudden you're a soft cow.
Well, it got me. It certainly grabbed me.
Mike Trout would be the pie-in-the-sky guy. I don't know how many prospects you could give up. I'd give him Carlos Martinez. I'd part with Piscotty.
This is all right.
You need an
touch
outfield.
it, yeah, you can.
Jay is currently touching Ariana Marie's foot. Doug, 466,000 Twitter followers.
That's a lot of Twitter followers.
Jay, what are you discovering as you...
I mean, she's got the sock, and we talked about...
You can take it off if you want to.
I'm going to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a whole process.
But you talked about your...
Hold seriously, is there a doctor ready to perform
You
CPR?
talked about your enjoyment with sock on, so I don't want to miss that.
Right.
Yes, it's very
But
How does this feel for you, Ariana? Because I can tell Jay's...
It feels good.
Okay, so that's good. That's important.
Gee.
Or you're taking...
Gee whiz.
You're taking the sock off.
Cat, look at this.
It's a foot,
It's
Jay.
Christmas and Hanukkah together.
I think Gritcha can handle center myself.
Wow.
And you can
And
get
the
the
crowd
left
goes
field.
wild.
Take a look.
As Ariana Marie's foot is now on the dais,
I mean,
Doug. Look at it. It's on the dais.
Table,
That
not a
is.
And there's an applause.
There should be.
Like
In fact, you should stand.
People have never seen a foot before.
No, it's not a foot. This is a different foot. What she did with the little move earlier.
What was that move?
There it is again.
There it is again.
Wow, and you can't handle yourself when she
Well,
does that.
Do you love
it's
it?
like
She's just wiggling her toes, Jay. That's all it is.
she's not wiggling her toes, Doug.
She's just wiggling them.
Doug, she's moving them back and forth.
Well, that's what a wiggle is.
Well, that's how you interpret it.
We're going to need a cleanup in aisle 4.
No, seriously. Let's talk serious for a moment.
That's time. Doug, it's time to talk serious.
You have
right down
one
to it.
of the most proportioned feet I've ever seen.
Aw, thank you.
I'm serious. I mean, it's your toes line up like money. The bottom of your feet is like butter.
Her husband is reaching for his gun.
No, he's all right. He's all right. He knows it's just for the listener.
Okay.
Yeah, you can
He's
tell.
cool.
No, you do. You know you got good feet.
Do I? I mean, I don't know.
What do you mean, do you? They line up proportionate. The feel of them is bad to the bone. I mean, trust me, girl. You got great feet. You got great feet.
Oh, thank you.
No
Tell me-
question.
yeah.
That's a nice picture there, Swope.
Would it be?
Oh, no.
No,
Now what's going on here? Now where are you going?
No,
Next level.
I'm not going deep.
You want the other foot up there, too, don't
Would
you?
it be? No.
Do you want my other foot up there?
Nope.
Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Would it be all right if I just kissed the big toe?
Wow,
Jay.
wow.
Oh, jeez, Jay.
Doug, how do you feel about it? What do you think, Trout?
Trout would be the guy that I would go after. I'd part with Carlos Martinez and maybe Reyes both, just for a chance to get Mike Trout.
What about
What are you
Oh,
doing?
look at this! Look at this! Look at the cameras right up there. Look at how happy Jay is. Ariana, how did that feel?
So nice. Thank you.
So nice.
Your dad would be proud of you, Jay.
Yeah, it's a long line of
Hall
foot
of Fame-
fetishes. The
Hall of
Senator
Fame
and Jay
broadcaster.
Senior.
I'm
No,
keeping my feet
let me
nice
tell you
and
something.
warm.
I heard you your leg. Oh, God darn
Easy,
it.
hands off
I
the leg.
started-
Sea Monster, that's what
I don't want to make
you're
Sea
gonna wanna-
Monster. I don't want to make Sea Monster work. How can you not say it?
Watch that right hand.
I haven't
Watch
gone
it.
past here.
Watch the right hand.
You're a doll.
Thank
You're a treat, and anybody that doesn't get their fanny over to see you this
Country
weekend
Rocks this weekend.
is crazy.
Country Rocks and saw Jay. Oh, now Jay just took the foot.
Now
He
that's
took the
assault.
foot.
That's assault.
He took the foot.
We're gonna do one more. I've never had a porn star kick me in the face. All right, just.
He would like you to kick him in the jowls.
You can.
He likes it.
What? Oh
Right-
my God. Are you
yes,
serious?
yes, right in the jowl.
Ariana, is this something, because I saw in your interview with Iggy in the Pounding today that you said somebody asked you to kick him in the balls one time and it turned him on and you said that kind of confused you.
I did a scene where I was kicking this guy in the balls.
Oh, jeez. That's the industry.
But I didn't. When I did it, I didn't. I was like, I don't
That's
want to
the
hurt
industry.
you, but
You were sad to see Jaime go.
Yeah, I was. He had some,
Now,
he had some good starts last year.
Ariana Marie, I don't want you to knock the snot not out of me.
No.
But just give me a
Something.
nice little.
You have a mouthpiece in or anything?
Wait, you want me to do it with my foot?
Yeah. Oh, that's all right. Yeah.
He really wants this. This is your thing.
It's becoming my thing.
Like
Maybe you need to lay down.
Here, can you get to my?
Yeah, you're gonna need.
No, I'm not getting down.
Now, why is that wrong?
Because I may never get up.
She can't reach that high to kick
here's
your
what
face.
I'll go off mic.
Everyone will see.
Dougie's going off mic, so
Well,
we're gonna have to do some play-by-play.
She can't high kick him.
Jay
in
is
the head.
now kneeling next to the golden tee machine. There are a group of people surrounding this, getting pictures. Ariana is looking to kick Jay in the face.
And please, photographers, crop me out of the picture if you would.
I don't want to do it hard.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and kick him. No, harder than that. That was nothing.
Audience is happy.
Did that shake you up a little bit?
Let me tell you, this girl, give me a hug, girl. Cool.
Okay.
Money girl. She worked with my girl Ava Adams. Friend of the show.
Oh, the audience is satisfied, Jennings, and that's why you do this.
Well, I mean, it's for them. I mean, and you might be the best I've ever worked with.
Wow.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
And now, this is the moment you've been waiting for.
What am I? Yeah, we're going to try and get them all up.
Ladies, all of our FFF participants, please come to the dais. Jay would like to have you all put your feet on his face.
Going for the Guinness Book of Records.
That's right. Patty Whack is coming up. She wants to push his nose up like a pig, she just indicated. God, this is so hot. Larry is... Here comes Gabby. You liked Gabby. There's Patty Whack. Sweet D is coming back up to the dais. Here comes Callie. I don't know how we're going to do this. I feel like the physics of the whole thing... But the whole thing is so hot.
It's not that hot. It's really not.
There's Jimmy the Bull coaching him up.
Oh, Lord, don't pull a hammy.
Yeah, I don't know how that... I feel like you're going to have to get on the ground.
I'm not going on the ground.
Yeah, well, I know. He doesn't want to get on the ground, intern Tim Howard. Come up here and scold me, Sweet D. Thank you so much. Jay, you're going to get on the ground.
Yeah,
He's getting on the ground, Doug.
Oh, wow.
He may not get up. Look at Buck Swope.
Highlight of your career.
He's from the Goodyear blimp. Here we go.
Highlight of your career.
Well, this is why you clock in early and leave late.
Yeah, this is why I should have got a different degree.
Boy, the whole thing. Jay is on the ground. Patty Whack's foot is on his chin. Here comes Sweet D. Here comes Jen. This is just so hot. All right, we have one foot on his face, and he's kind of licking, I noticed. He's kind of licking. Dougie's kind of licking. Here's Jay. Oh, it's going to be hot, Sweet D. Trust me, it's going to be very erotic. Look at that. There's another one. There's 4 feet on his face. Now it's 5. Here comes Larry's foot. Look at all these people gathered around.
This is the worst thing.
And now they're whipped cream for Miggy. Oh, now listen to the cheers. Oh, it's so hot.
The worst thing that's ever happened on the radio.
Oh, he's licking like the Dickens. Oh my God, Patty Whack. Jen seems like she's really enjoying. Look at Jay, he just emerged. He looked like Jim Braddock coming up from a knockdown. Jennings, your reaction? You have whipped cream all over your face.
Wow. Oh, no.
Jennings, tell us how it was. The whole thing was so effing hot.
Wow.
Was that good for you?
It might be. It might have been the last one.
How many feet did you have on your face?
I had 7, I think.
Did you have 7? Were they all female?
And they were all cool.
How about that?
Thank you, gals.
Ladies, where's the wireless microphone? How was that for you girls? I'd be curious how that was for you. Where's the wireless? Thank you, Iggy. Ladies, there's Patty Whack, Jen,
really
Sweet D.
weird.
It's fun.
Was it really?
It was really
but
weird.
But was it also kind of hot?
Not at all.
Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Sweet D, it wasn't. You had enough. You're already tapping. Sweet D's done.
Still super creepy.
Jen.
I'd say.
Patty Whack, how'd that treat you? Because I think Jay was licking on you. Patty Whack, how'd that treat? Thank you, Jen. Well, the whole thing, Jay, I don't think there's anybody in here without a soft cow.
No, big night. Big night. Come over to The Rock. Come play The Rock. Doug, thank you for staying.
Oh, sure.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot. I'm going to tell the story. Me and a guy I don't know anymore, and Iggy, were at a gentleman's club.
Do I know this person?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna sit back and try to guess as you tell the story.
We go to a gentleman's club, and we're having a good time, and I was messing with my friend. I paid a couple of gals to dance with him and say things into his ear that would surprise him, like, this is the year for the blues. And asking him about his wife and stuff like that. So I was having fun and a good time. We're just sitting around. Iggy comes over. We were supposed to catch a flight the next morning about 8 o'clock. And Iggy says, I may not make the flight tomorrow. And I said, oh, okay. What's going on? He said, well, I may have breakfast with this gal in the morning.
Wow.
We may have something cooking.
Yeah, you're going to be hungry.
So he's like, he's sitting there talking to this gal for hours.
A long time.
Couple hours.
Yeah.
And I said, Iggs, this may work out for Iggs. We may be flying back alone.
Could be.
Maybe Iggs has found his lady here at the gentleman's club.
That turned out to be the case.
But right about closing time, Iggs came over and said, breakfast not going to happen.
Not going to happen at all. She was in it just for the money?
You guys got any money?
Oh, no.
I may have to get funny money. She says it was $50 per 30 minutes she was sitting here with me.
Oh, for heaven. Can't they just make that up? What if she said it's $100?
Yeah.
What are you going to do about
So
it?
Iggs went from falling in love to...
Isn't that when you just run as fast as you can for the door?
I thought she liked me. I didn't know she was charging me for every lap dance she
Imagine that.
gave.
She never said to Iggy, hey, it's
that.
costing you money. She, everything was calm and quiet. And then she said, where's my $500?
I think you got to think when you're in a strip club, everything costs money and everything is being charged.
Well, I had a few drinks.
You were having a good time. That was a fun night.
So what did it wind up costing you, Iggy?
I don't even think I paid. I think I left.
No, we got some funny money out of it.
Did somebody pay? 'Cause I didn't.
I think we got $250 out of the till. Paid.
Oh, you actually paid $250.
Well, we had to get him out of the place.
Well, you just run.
I mean, they're not going to say, "Hey, don't worry about the $250." Or
I think
whatever.
they say, "I got to go to the restroom,"
Well, at least
and
we
you walk
stayed
halfway, and then you start running out the door.
No, you don't run from us. They've got people that will run faster than you. I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
Jennings, it's unbelievable because Lisa Ann, the AVN Hall of Famer, is here for the pony show to end all pony shows. Lisa Ann, this is the moment that my co-host, Jay Randolph Jr., I think he was born for, actually. I think this is the moment he was born for. Kind of like after Game 6 in Oakland, Klay Thompson said he was born for this moment. Jay, I think you were born for Wednesday, May 30th, 2018, to be at Hot Shots in Fenton next to the AVN Hall of Famer Lisa Ann for a Foot Fetish Friday for the ages. And she has just put her feet right up in your face.
She's a good sport, I'll give her that.
As we've talked about before, I worked with Seika.
Yeah.
One of the few people that's still alive that worked with Seika.
And Kitty Cat Natividad, who was hot.
Natividad.
She was hot before electricity.
Ariana Marie was last year.
Ariana Marie. This is a moment that... This may be the end.
This is it.
It could be.
This is climbing Everest.
I mean, how's it going to get any better?
Can't imagine.
You'll give it up after
this is a gal that knows she has good feet. She doesn't shy away from it. She doesn't overplay it.
No, not
she
really.
just knows she's got them, and that's huge.
I learned about the way the toes are supposed to be when I first started shooting foot fetish because I didn't understand it.
Now, what does that mean, the way the toes are supposed
Well,
to
guys will look at a certain shape to the toes and how the foot is lined, and there's
Really?
certain things that, well, sure, it's like a hot girl has certain things that guys think are hot. The sexy foot, there's an appeal. There's different ways they want you to show the bottom of your foot. And there's
I mean...
Jay's already grabbing the merchandise.
Well, I mean, just the toes themselves, just from getting to see a little of them.
Okay.
I mean, this is world class.
He's got it bad,
This is a different equation. This is Mars.
Well, what you need to do, though, is stick to your offense. Stick to what got you here. Whether it be questions about Pearl Harbor, knees buckling,
I'll ask
You
her.
got to stick to the offense.
I would love to ask this lady the standard question of, Lisa Ann, when was the last time you were passionately kissed?
What do you mean by that?
And I mean your knees buckled and stuff.
I would probably say the night of my birthday party in New York City, May 11th. So
May
a
11th.
couple weeks ago.
There we go.
Good answer. Lisa, may I ask a follow-up? Who is this with? Or if you want to be vague in a description in some capacity.
Well, here's what I'd like to share.
Okay.
Without getting anything bleeped off of the air.
Yep.
So I have to cautiously plan my words.
Okay.
But a friend of mine showed up at my birthday party with this cute young kid in his early 20s.
Uh-oh.
And he said, it's his birthday too. And I was like, okay, so is he my gift? And he said yes, and it was him. And it was a pure one-night stand. I never want to talk to him again. It was great sex. My knees buckled. But it was my birthday. I just wanted to drink a little too much, have a smoke outside in Times Square, and have a one-night stand.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Wonderful answer. Doug, it was vivid and yet appropriate for families in the car.
And I knew I met him through a friend, so I knew he wasn't a serial killer. I knew it was going to be okay. It was great.
No, it was good.
Have you ever been with a serial killer?
I probably have.
Have you?
Lisa Ann, what television program do you watch on a regular basis right now? What television program do you watch on a regular basis?
I love Billions, and I
Billions
watch
is
Billions.
the bee's knees, isn't it?
I just love that. I love it so much that I watch it back to back the first night it's on. And it's the one show that I can't wait till Sunday because I'm like, as soon as I get off air, I get to watch Billions. And my friends will be texting me, telling me what's already happened, knowing that I'm doing a fantasy baseball show.
Let me ask you this regarding Billions. If you had to trib one, would you trib Malin Ackerman? Thank you very much, Beer Cats. Would you trib Malin Ackerman or Wendy Rhodes, the lovely wife of the delectable Paul Giamatti?
Delectable.
Why would you
like
trip
that?
anybody?
I'm probably gonna say Wendy.
Wendy?
Yeah.
Isn't there something going on there?
She just seems more intense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
think she would be good for
Like,
us.
she'd be,
Doug, I think she would be better at tribbing.
But did you notice that I made an appearance on Billions last week?
You were mentioned. Did you know you were going to be mentioned in your fleshlight?
I did know I was going to be mentioned.
Did they have to contact you for permission?
They actually reached out to me to help them get some girls for a scene in the show. And when they reached out to me, I said, listen, because I have two friends. I'm in a fantasy football league with Dollar Bill. Dollar.
Wow.
And Dan Soder is a co-worker of mine through Sirius. He has a weekly Sirius show, The Bonfire, on Comedy Channel. So we all have these connections. And I said, listen, I'll help you get people, but you can't tell me why, what the scene is about, when it is. Don't ruin it for me. And they said, okay, but we'll give you a name drop this season. I was like, what?
No way.
And so I waited, and they're like, it won't be edited out. You're getting a name drop. And then there it was, my fleshlight and my name.
What an honor.
I know. I love my favorite TV shows.
Did that spike sales for you? Or more people like, I've got to get a Lisa Ann fleshlight now that I heard about it on Billions? It must be a wonderful fleshlight.
You know what's crazy? Nobody from Fleshlight even thanked me.
They should thank you for that.
I
That's
think
a great
so
thing.
too. They haven't even acknowledged it once. I'm like, you're lame. That's a big deal.
That is a huge deal. It's a super popular.
It's a show I like.
Yeah, and you're
It's a show I
mentioned
like.
on it.
Yeah.
And the guy, they pulled out of his bag and he had a fleshlight in there. Happens to the best of us. Jennings, what else would you like to know about Lisa Ann?
Siren Demur. Good or bad?
Great. Nice woman.
Love it, love it, love it. We'll ask a history question. We always like to ask a history question. What year? I'm not even going to ask the month. What year was President John F. Kennedy assassinated in Dallas? What year?
It's a history question. It's a history question.
I'm doing math right now.
1 year. What year was JFK shot in Dallas, Texas?
I want to say it was between 62 and 65, and it's sad that I don't know that date.
We give the 3-year thing, and you got it, 63. November of
Very
63.
Impressive. Doug, very impressive.
I remember because my mom told me the story about she was in high school when they told all the classrooms that this had happened, and they sent all the kids home from school.
Lisa Ann, would you put your foot right up here?
Oh.
It's time to get down to business, Lisa Ann. It's time to get down to business. Doug, Lisa Ann's foot is on the dais.
I didn't know I was taking my shoes off.
Just one.
She is taking off her shoes.
Whichever one you feel better about.
Okay, Jay, easy.
Just up here.
This is what it's all about.
You're right. It ain't gonna bother
The foot
me.
is on the table. The bare foot is on the table.
All right.
Oh, my gracious goodness.
Jay, what's so good?
It's a foot, Jay.
I mean, first of all, she knows she's got good feet.
Yeah.
She has got the just perfect symmetry in the
you
toes.
knew about that, didn't you?
The perfect symmetry in the toes.
You don't like it when the middle toe's taller than the second.
By the
toe.
way, I do want to say to you, I've had 3 people come up to me, and they see your picture on the wall or whatever. You look phenomenal.
Wow, Jennings.
I mean, you.
Thank you.
I mean, you look about as good as you could possibly look.
At this age, for sure.
No
I hope.
question. I want to give you mad props.
Thank
You
you.
have an unbelievable
So he gets kind
foot.
as he's enjoying himself.
Yeah.
Is what we've learned. You know,
mean-
all guys respond differently. Some guys swear. He gets very kind and
This
complimentary.
is a lady in her mid-40s.
I'm 46 years old.
46
so you all know.
bills.
That has
This woman is 46 years old.
That has a 17-year-old ankle. I mean,
Oh, wow. Doug, that's underage. That is underage, for the record.
Whatever this means. Whatever this means.
is it okay if
Go
I
with
just
18,
kiss
Jay.
the foot?
You can kiss my foot.
Oh, my God. This is what he's been waiting for. This is what it's all about. Look at the people gathering around to take a
This is
picture.
like Jay-Z just walked by.
Paparazzi is
Look at
everywhere.
Swope.
Puts the head on backwards. Now
Jay is kissing the foot. Jay is kissing the foot. Now, sometimes I notice he doesn't stop.
Oh, no.
Like it was like a little lizard. A little
Put
lizard.
the tongue away.
Dart it
He
out.
had a curious tongue. Oh, he's getting crazy now.
It got away from him. It got away from him.
Like a lizard tongue.
I've done worse.
Made my millennium.
Life.
Jennings, tell us about that experience.
Well, again, I mean, I knew that it was going to be the best-looking thing I'd seen.
Yeah.
It was. She knows what she's doing, and
What did she do?
I mean, she took her
put
shoe
her
off.
foot on the table.
She is now the best I've ever worked with.
She is now the best you've ever worked with.
No question. No question.
That's it.
Watershed moment.
Plowboy let Jack Spade know that Ariana is out. Ariana Marie.
No, that's not even a. I mean, it's just I'm blown away.
There's nobody in second place, is what you're saying.
Nobody in second place.
I appreciate that very much.
I appreciate you.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
I think one of the reasons why very wealthy people and or celebrities become obsessed with golf, and I think the word is obsessed, is because they've been able to kind of get to the top of whatever industry that they're in, but they're always needing a challenge, which is how they got to the top because they're self-starters and they have to be the best.
Yep.
And then they get to something that they can't conquer, and then they just become obsessed with it. And then, of course, there's a ceiling, and usually it's, relatively speaking, low.
I mean, Jordan played virtually every day for a couple of years after he retired. Still plays virtually every day. I think it's something that drives him. I mean,
And what is
better.
do you know what he is?
His cap?
Yeah.
I mean, when I played with him, it was legitimate 6.
Wow.
I mean, it was, and that was at Boone.
So you played with him? Just you and him in the cart?
No, it wasn't. It was just me and him in the cart. Yes.
Was it?
Yes.
What did you guys talk about?
Huh?
How'd you manage this?
I was doing
Claves.
I was doing a radio. No, it was kind of Claves and Rich Gray, the late Rich Gray, who started
Late, great
sports
Rich
radio.
Gray.
I got a call, and I was doing a morning show with Warman. So Rich said, "What are you doing today?" And I said, "This was before Candy Crush." I said, "Nothing really." He goes,
"Nothing."
All right, why don't you come out to Boone Valley? I may have you play golf with Michael Jordan.
How do you do?
He may.
Yeah, he said may. So I said, okay. So I drive out to Boone, and when I got there really wasn't anybody there yet. So there was a big guy, big African-American guy. I mean, big.
Charles Oakley.
No, this was...
Shaq?
No, this was...
Bobo Brazil?
Bobo is right,
Yeah.
because he was Michael's Bobo. And here comes Oakley, Charles Oakley. Here comes the Jetstream, Roy Green. Here comes my man Willard Harrell. Here comes Rich Gray. And then here comes Jordan. And everybody's hitting balls, hitting putts, whatever. And next thing I know, Rich Gray says, Jay, you're playing with Michael and Oakley and
Big Mike. And Big Mike wasn't Michael. Big Mike was the Bobo.
The bodyguard.
The Bobo, yeah. but like his tight buddy, too. And we're driving down the first. We both had our tee shots in the first hole, and we're talking about this and that. And he said, I met your dad one time. I said, really? He said, yeah, at Augusta. I said, oh, I said, he told me. I said, I didn't think you remember that. He said, I remember it.
Who said this to you?
Jordan.
Jordan said that.
He met your dad.
Wow, how
Yeah,
about that?
I was like, damn. Because, Senior had met him shook his hand. So we're driving down the first fairway. He goes, and this is 10 o'clock in the morning.
So you and Michael Jordan in a golf cart?
In a golf cart with Oakley and Big Mike, the Bobo.
In the other cart.
And then Willard and there was somebody. It's another NBA guy.
Wilt Chamberlain.
No, it wasn't. Or
was
Bill,
it really?
Neither Russell or Wilt.
Could well have been Wilt Chamberlain.
No, it was. Oakley
Rudy
was there.
Tomjanovich.
Oakley. No, not Rudy. TJ.
Was it Zelmo Beatty?
It was not Zelmo Beatty.
Darnell Cole.
Maybe.
Sweet Lou Hudson.
And so we're driving down the first hole, and he goes, "Do you drink?" I said, "Well, I do." And he said, "Well, what do you drink?" I said, "Budweiser." He said, got on the phone, called the pro shop. He said, "Bring us a case of Budweiser out here."
Case
Budweiser. He was. Somebody asked me about him yesterday. He's the greatest guy I've ever met. Now, I'm not going to tell you that he would be necessarily the best husband per se in the world, but he's.
Well, you're not looking to marry a guy.
No, absolutely not.
No,
I'm not looking to marry anybody unless it's something unique, like Swedish
What
with
if
a
that
lot
girl
of money.
from Hannah from the Foot Fetish Friday video that's up?
We could figure it out. We'd start a GoFundMe for both of us.
Would you?
And do well.
Okay.
you did seem to hit it off with her.
Yes.
So the beer came out for you and Zelmo Beatty
and Mike. And Mike worked over the beer really well.
Did he?
And we played the first 18. I was up $150.
What are you playing?
We're playing 50 Nassau, 50 front nine, 50 back nine, then 2 down. I think we might have been playing 2 down automatics, but we were back and forth. And we went into the upstairs area at Boone to have lunch, and he just starts drinking vodka straight, like it's nothing. And the U.S. Open was starting in 2 days, and the phone rings, and it's Tiger.
Of course.
Calling Jordan.
Right.
It was the most unique thing, and then we played another emergency 9. And
what did he need? What did Eldrick need?
I didn't get into it. Hey, Tiger, how you doing?
Jay.
And I'm like, and Oakley's over there eating everything, and Big Mike's eating a chicken. It was unbelievable.
Wilt Chamberlain hitting on the
No,
girls,
Wilt
probably.
was not there.
Oh.
And so
he said he had 10,000 women.
Well, he was busy. So we're changing our shoes after the round. And he started calling me fat boy during the day.
That was nice of him.
Endearing.
He talked more smack than anybody.
Would he do it? Would he do it at times that would be inappropriate?
No, he would. He knew exactly. He was a champion. I mean, if we ever have a smack talk Olympic team, he's the coach.
Can you give us an idea of the smack talk?
I mean, you ain't got that shot. Go ahead, fat boy. Try that shot. It's not going to happen. I'll get your ball out of the water. In fact, let me go up there now. I'll go up and get it. I'm like,
and yet you're a much better player than he is.
At the time, and I'm like, take it easy now.
Do you fire back at all?
Absolutely.
Did you?
Who do you think you are, Michael Jordan?
Yeah, good one.
I mean, give me a pair of shoes.
And what did Chamberlain think of all this?
Chamberlain was in the clubhouse with a couple of gals.
Oh, that's right.
So we're changing our shoes. And, I mean, I'm still kind of like on a high. But I've been drinking too, but not drinking like him. And he says, "What are you doing tomorrow, fat boy?" I said, "Well, I got to do a radio show. I do a radio show on Saturdays at 8 o'clock in the morning, a golf show." He said, "Why don't you be at Old Warsaw at 9:30?" I said, "What?" "Yeah, come on out to Old Warsaw at 9:30." So now I get to Warsaw, and here's Ozzy hitting on the range.
Doug on a home run by the Wizard.
And Willard and this guy and
Bill
that
Russell's
guy.
there now.
My man Danny Devereaux, because at Old Warsaw.
Deep pockets Danny Devereaux.
Deep. Yeah. You need to
take a look off the number 5 fairway to your left.
You need to have a member with you at OW. It's not like Boone where you just, if they want you there, they want you there. So I'm thinking, I'm not playing with him today.
Not today.
Ozzy's here.
He just played yesterday.
So he pulls up in a cart and he said, "Fat boy, put the clubs on there. Put my clubs on the cart, your clubs on the cart."
And you played again.
Played 18 with him at
Old
Orson with Devereaux and Roy Green.
Well, what happened to the radio show?
Yeah, what happened?
I did the radio show. We teed off at 9:30.
Oh, he moved the tee time for your radio show.
No, he had it at 9:30. He was in town because his kid was in a select camp. down at for AAU or whatever. It was Nike camp.
Now, when guys like that want to play, they just call any country club.
Well, he called Rich because Rich was involved with the basketball, and Rich has known Mike for a long time.
Did Jordan have to peel off some cash to you?
Not to me. I ended up losing 130.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He came back. He played really well at OW.
So even for that relative small amount of money,
2 days,
especially to him, he's competing like it's
the U.S. Open.
Really?
Almost to the point where, take it easy, dude. I mean, let's have
Really?
some fun. You got nothing to worry about the rest of your life.
You couldn't move your ball in the fairway or the rough or anywhere. You can't.
I mean, he's
like PGA rules.
Well, he at the time thought that maybe he would someday be a Champions Tour player or whatever.
Did he really?
He's a cash game player. I mean, he's a money player is what he is.
Yeah.
Now, when you say that, what does that mean?
I mean,
he could play in the Fan Page Club Championship.
Exactly. He'd be he might throw in the 9 or the 8 like Angry, but then he'll surprise you with a birdie somewhere out of nowhere.
And he could bet any amount of money, and it's not going to hurt him if he loses.
Well, he's not even thinking
There's
about
no
it.
pressure on him.
He said to me,
on you.
He said, "What can you bet that won't hurt you too bad?" And I said, well, 50. But it could have hurt me bad.
If you were better, why don't you just bet him like 50,000 and take a shot, and then if you lose, just run away.
I wouldn't have had the 50,000.
They're like, yeah, but Doug said run away.
Run away.
Yeah, you think you
I'm a really good runner.
Think you could outrun him?
No. He just, the most unique. I mean, I've been around a lot of people. I've been very, very lucky. I've never been around anybody like this kid. I mean, he lived up to the hype. He the biggest smack talker ever. Unbelievable.
What would you guys BS about when you're in the cart?
What's Tiger like? We talked about his favorite courses, what how much golf he wanted to play, what he thought his future
What
was
year
in
was this?
sports. This was 2004.
2004.
Summer 2004.
When did he stop playing for the Wizards?
I want to say maybe 2 years before.
So he was done?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was done. He was everything you would want him to be and more.
Right.
Did he ever sell that house in Chicago that I kept seeing online for?
It was always online.
$30 million.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's so big nobody wanted to touch it.
And I think he had so much money that he lost track of some of it, and the gambling, and I don't know, and the divorces. Or the divorce. But he really, like I said, greatest guy I've ever met, and I met a lot of them. And the thing that just stunned me, we get done playing at Warson, and there was a wedding going on. And we're sitting in the halfway house area drinking, and here comes the mother of the bride. And I'm going, oh, here we go. They're going to be trying to bug Jordan, and I wonder how he's going to react. The lady said, Mr. Jordan, my daughter's getting married today, and if there's any way you'd just take one picture with her and her husband. He jumps up out of his seat and he goes, I'll take whatever you want.
How about that?
I mean,
how about 23, Doug? Or 45. You were a 45 guy.
Right.
I mean, just legit. And I kind of looked at Ozzy like,
Did you ask him why he quit playing basketball in the prime of his career to play minor league baseball?
Yeah, there's the question.
We did not get into any of that or his pops or anything like that. It was just fun.
Well, you just wanted to take a shot with the Barons. What's wrong with that?
That might have ended your day with Jordan.
No, it was it's like an out-of-body experience.
I bet.
No, it was unique. He, I mean, like I said, I've been lucky. I rode in a limousine when I was 9 years old with Ted Kennedy. And
how in the world did that work out?
My
his grandfather's a U.S. senator.
My grandfather was running for his Senate seat in '78, and Kennedy was going to run in '80.
For president, right?
For president. So Kennedy
did he? He did.
Well, he did. That stopped, and then they stopped. They knew he couldn't win, but there was a thought that he was going to try and enter as a third. And try and take Carter out.
Yeah.
So we pick him up at this airport, and the first thing that happened was they brought in. This is in a limousine, and they bring this little styrofoam box and they put it on the seat. And here comes Kennedy, and my dad knew him, and obviously my grandfather knew him. And I mean to tell you, for the 15-minute ride that we had, Ted Kennedy and I we just destroyed these meatballs.
Meatballs?
I mean to tell you, they
Swedish
were
meatballs.
I don't know whether they were Swedish, they were spicy, they were barbecue, and it looked like
toothpicks in them.
Ted and I we handed them,
grabbed them.
I mean, it was unbelievable, and I'll never forget. As we got a little further down the road in West Virginia, there were people lining the streets. and he asked my grandfather, he said, Jennings, would it be okay if I got out and shook some hands? And I'll never forget thinking to myself, let me tell you something. If two of my brothers have been assassinated, I'm not getting out of the car in Wheeling, West Virginia to shake somebody's hand. He was unique, very unique.
They were lined up for him?
They were lined up for him and, Senator Randolph and all that. I'll never forget being at the court steps, and they dressed me up in, the tie and all that jazz.
You were looking good that day.
Yeah,
boy.
I had
Except for some meatball stains.
I can't imagine the meatballs. I paid $1,000 for those meatballs.
They were good.
So I'm standing up on this. There's people out in the audience. I'll never forget this little kid in like a farm suit. He's wearing overalls, and the little kid just flipping me off.
Why?
Because who knows? I'm standing up there with the
He's
U.S.
hating.
He didn't like spoiled rich kid from the Lou.
And didn't your father sit on FDR's lap?
The man remembers feeling the braces when he sat on FDR's lap at the White House.
How about that?
His leg braces from the polio.
Yep.
Now, I had Brianna Banks sit on my lap in Washington Park in 2002, and she signed the Polaroid "Lick Me Silly," and I thought that would be a highlight of the show. But instead, we have a gentleman whose father sat on FDR's lap and felt the braces.
Pretty scary. And now I do foot fetishes.
Did he meet him? How far you've come.
Yeah.
They'd have been proud if you'd mentioned that in the limo that day.
Hey, Ted, guess what?
He might have been.
He would have been. Oh, I hope I make it. I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot. I
like people to come over the patio and just have a cocktail. Until this last Saturday, it never really dawns on me about I wasn't going to hook up with any of these people. Now it seems like I'm thinking every time if I say, hey, got nothing going on Saturday, you want to come over for a cocktail, that people think, oh, he wants to sleep with us.
Right.
Yeah, that's not the case. So I don't.
Is there any way you can let them know that you don't want to sleep with them and make them more comfortable?
No, because I don't want to say never.
Right.
Right.
I forgot there's a couple. It's not his real name, so I'll say Chip Douglas and his wife are on their celebrating their anniversary.
Ooh.
He's on the fan page, and she's a good looking girl. And I said, when you come back, let's come on up to the patio.
And what was their response?
Well, I was kidding. I thought it was on the fan page, and then I realized again it was his page. So
you did that to Justin in Columbia.
Yeah,
so no response. Did they delete their Facebook page?
I got a reaction. I think it said Chip Douglas reacted to your. I don't think anybody responded. I don't know. I look at these guys that are on the fan page, and I just figure they only post on the fan page. So when I see a post from these guys, I just take for granted it's the fan page, and sometimes it's not.
And then you're posting on their personal page where non-fan page people can see you asking them to come to the patio. I'm still in shock. An adult male would get a babysitter and drive an hour and 45 minutes to have a geriatric leather bag soil the back of his... Nope.
You know nothing about me. You know nothing about me.
Right at the end, I feel like it might have
Tailed
got...
off.
Yeah, well, it didn't tail off. I just felt like, for the sake of the station's license, it would be best if I personally trailed off. My boy Iggy should probably stop talking about how great other dudes' queens look be. That's from Manchild 79.
Why? Is that a compliment? Somebody said, oh, your wife is so beautiful.
Well, then now they're going to fear you because of the conquest that you had this past weekend.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, you are a dangerous, dangerous bull of Maryland Heights.
That's probably true.
You are the dangerous bull of Maryland Heights.
That's my platform I'm going to run on.
People see Iggy walk into the bar and they just grab their keys. Say, "Hey, we gotta go. Finish that drink.
Gotta get out of here, honey."
That's what I said. It's kind of now a problem if I just want to have some friends over that have wives and some get-togethers like I did with the Dilly and Harper when she came over. We had like 12 on the patio, probably 70 out in the pasture. And now if I did that, they'd all be saying, "I think he's going to be looking at our wives. Who's going to sleep with them?" That's not the case. It's just something had happened. I didn't really look for that.
What do you mean that's not the case?
Well,
I don't want to for 30 years.
I don't want to sleep with everybody's wife.
Huh?
I don't want to sleep with everybody's wife or have threesomes.
I wouldn't say everybody, but if you see a good-looking gal with a guy, whether she's married or single, you probably have thought about maybe tossing her.
Well, thought about it, but I'm not going to act on it like, hey, you guys swingers?
No, I know. I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot. I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
And Doug, what a treat we have today, and what a treat we have Monday. You can see him if you're watching on YouTube. Jennings Randolph Jr. Oh, my God.
Hold your applause till later.
Hello, Jay.
Hold your applause till the end of the program.
I saw him sitting over there.
What a treat for the
missed
players.
you boys. How's it going?
First text, and Jennings, as you know, Deke Dotem is free for 2022 and a portion of 2023. He is the first one in.
As long as he behaves.
Nothing makes my skin flute leak more than hearing Jay Jr. on the air.
Big fan of Dotem, as you know.
He
You're a
goes by
flute
Dotem.
leaker?
I wouldn't call it I don't think I've leaked a lot of people's flutes, no.
Oh.
I certainly wouldn't be known as a flute leaker.
Somebody snag that audio.
No, I'm just chilling down in the witness protection program.
Is that what it is down there? You're
it's a
Henry
nice
Hill?
deal. It's a nice deal. Nobody
Noodles
really...
and ketchup?
You change your name?
No, I don't have to, because nobody really knows. They don't care. They just do their own thing. If you don't have a truck, a tat, and a kid by 20, you ain't nothing.
Oh, really?
Look that off.
You ain't nothing.
It's starting to apply here, too.
You like it down there?
I do like it down there. It's certainly a different way of life, and
A slower pace?
much slower
Yeah,
pace.
how is it different, Jennings? I'm curious.
It's a slower pace. You stand in line a lot more.
Really? Oh, is that right?
Yeah,
Where?
it's slower. Their golf pace is I don't even know how to describe it.
Keith Walter Kachuk would not like playing.
Oh.
No, I mean, I sit there during some of the tournaments and I go, this is not possible. It's not physically possible to take that long to play 18 holes of golf. But lo and behold,
it does.
6 hours later, they show up. Done.
They play a 6-hour round?
I mean,
are the conditions tough?
I mean, they're not tough to make it a 6-hour round. There is Sullivan pace, and then there's everybody else's pace.
Is that right? Do you like the Sullivan pace?
No, I don't like the Sullivan pace. I have a home that I stay in that is bigger than the apartment that I lived in here.
Oh, nice.
And I pay $225 less for the bigger place in Sullivan.
Yeah.
Doug, that puts it in perspective.
Well, that would make sense because you're a Ladue guy, so you were living in the Central Corridor and living the high life
I
here.
thought it'd be like St. Louis Country Club. You got a house on the property.
No, there are houses on the property, but I'm not at that level yet.
Jennings, do you allow jean shorts and a cutoff plaid short on the course? Wasn't sure if Riverside patrons have reciprocals there. Thanks. That's from Carlos Spicy. You know he's going into the Hall of Fame.
I know he is. You show up, and we're probably going to let you go unless there's something really wrong.
Have you had to ever expel someone? Sorry, we don't like what you're wearing. Can't let you play.
No, I would. At Sullivan, you can pretty much wear whatever you want as long as you're wearing something.
Yeah, a lot of beautiful ladies down there, I'm sure.
No, you would not be sure. No,
Surprised to hear that.
Have you seen one?
I told my girlfriend the other night. I said, "Boy, I'd really love to go hoe chasing tonight."
Oh, you said that to
Yeah.
her.
That off.
And
Somebody
I said-
snagged that on.
And how did she take that?
She said, "Great," and I said, "But you can't go hoe chasing down here.
Oh,
You got no shot."
why not?
Jay, are the guys in Sullivan hotter than St. Louis? That's American, the Central West End.
No, they're not as groomed.
They're not as
St.
groomed.
Louis. They're much more groomed.
A little more rugged.
A lot
Bears.
more rugged.
Bears
Oh, I
by the
bet they're-
dozens.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them pack heat.
Oh, well, that happens here too.
Because you never know who's going to walk into Denny's and shoot.
Right.
I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot. I wasn't going to tongue kiss her foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our pleasure to welcome to the program the great Jennings Randolph Jr. Jay, good morning.
Gentlemen, how are you?
Oh, we're doing good.
morning,
Wonderful,
Junior.
Thanks,
kind
Jay.
sir.
Nice morning in St. Louis for the early portion of November. No question about it.
No.
I had asked him, well, let me first say, when I got my initial diagnosis of having cancer, nobody, and I don't want anybody to poo-poo this or Tim to say, nah. Nobody has been more supportive through this process than Tim McKernan. But on October 21st, I found out that I had cancer of the liver, they believe, predominantly. And had another test, had a lot of tests. I don't like tests. And came to find basically last Thursday or Friday that I have terminal cancer, and I have anywhere from 3 to 4 months to live. And other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? So it's a shock for somebody who's 53. I can't imagine the shock it would be to somebody that's 53 and hasn't had the unique, distinct opportunities that this 53-year-old has had to enjoy life and be around people like you guys, the radio family, the golf family. I was thinking the other day about some of the great pros, and my teacher, Phil Hewitt, who Tim learned about at Westboro, and Billy Hall at Glen Echo, and Dick Shaver, and Mark Marcuzzo, and I'm not even going to mention Rocco Siffredi.
Leave him out of it.
So, I mean, it's a shocker. I think you initially, when you sit down in a chair with a guy and you're thinking he's going to say, yeah, we can do this, we can do that, we can do chemo. I mean, he's doing his job. He looked at me blank in the face. I said, bad? He said, real bad. 3 or 4 months. So at that point, your whole mindset changes. You start thinking about who do I need to make amends with somebody? How important is that? How important it is to be with the family? You guys know I've been very fortunate to take my son 3 times in the last 16 months to Vegas. I've secured a tremendous relationship with him. Think of all the people I've met through TMA. And I'm going to be all right. I'll be okay. At this point, I feel bad for the people that, have shared a piece of the fun that I've had, like a Sarah B. or a Jay Boyd. I've known that nut job next to you since 1992. Half the stuff we've done, we've forgotten. He knows how much I love him. And so, Tim, I appreciate you allowing me to come on, and I'm true when I say I wouldn't make it up. You have been the most supportive through this whole time, and you just got to keep on fighting.
Well, as you know, I'm a big proponent of praying. I've been doing it my entire life. I don't give up, brother. I mean, you got to believe in miracles, man, and just pray every day, and I believe in miracles.
Yeah, the miracles need to kick over the medicine, because the spots that we're talking about in the liver situation, once your liver starts to head the wrong way, you got big problems. And like I said, I mean, there aren't a whole lot of 53-year-olds that played golf with Michael Jordan, sat on Ted Kennedy's lap, and have worked with Seiko. So I think if they give out a prize, you guys keep an eye on them, because you know somebody who has.
Now, Jay, I'm going to have Madison tonight send you some feet pics, so I hope that'll make you feel better as well.
And I wasn't exactly sure out of my TMA familia who exactly knew to the extent. I know that Kenny knew, and I knew that Tim knew. I was thinking about it last night. 1993. Jeff Smith, my radio partner, and I signed a deal with John Kiowski and Merrill Hansen to go on Big 550 radio. So it's unique to see how things turn around, and you see people grow, and you see things happen, and they've asked me 3 or 4 times in the situation that I'm at, what's most important. And it's comfort. I'll be flat straight with you. It's comfort and being at peace as the next couple of weeks play out.
Jay, are you still getting medical care?
I went yesterday and had a CAT scan where they put the beryllium in and you get hot for about 50 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, I've probably had 3 CAT scans, 2 of the beryllium deals. They took out, I guess, modern mazing's incredible. What the doctor called it a test sample. That's a biopsy, is when they take a test sample.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice way of putting it. And that really was the kicker, where they found that whether it be chemo or some sort of radical treatment, the liver had become not strong enough to sustain that type of situation. And I've had a couple people come over. I wouldn't say that I'm the greatest man of faith. Don't have any disdain for those that are. But, they bring over a guy one day, and I shake his hand, and he says, I think you'll be cured. And I wanted to say, do you have the Daily Double at Keeneland? I mean, it's a process. And like I said, making some of those amends, especially, that after when I got divorced at 33 or 32, I lost a little relationship with my son for a couple of years, and I have completely regained that, and I'm at peace with my daughter. I got a fantastic life partner. I got people like Tim, Dave Green, Sarah B., Jeff Smith of Walters Golf Management, and there's a zillion of them out there. And I started to see some things come over the weekend, and I'm like, I'd rather get a little ahead of the chase.
Yeah.
And one of the things I know that we're going to do, because that life partner is very involved in bereavement at Annie's Hope, there's a page, JayRandolphJr.com. I'm not looking for money, even though I should be. We're going to send that to Annie's Hope if you'd like to make a donation. It will also be a place where you can post some things, see some pictures, maybe take a moment and enjoy some of the times we've had.
The website is JayRandolphJr.com. It takes you to a GoFundMe, and also there's some great pictures of Jennings.
Yeah, I never thought I'd have my own website. Interesting case to get it.
And then all the pictures are there. I think what's going to happen here, I was texting with Sarah B. last night, Jennings, and this goes without saying, brutal, devastating. People love you, and I think what you are going to experience here over the next few days and weeks is finding out just how much people love you. I think you are one of the most likable people that I've gotten to know, and few people can tell a story like you can. And any time I knew you were coming in on the show, it was a kick in the ass because I was looking forward to it.
Yeah, we both were looking forward to some things down the road, but sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. I've been piling up the losses and the rains.
Well, you made a lot of people awfully happy and put a lot of smiles on people's faces for many years. I hope you can take some pleasure and happiness knowing that.
Without question. It is amazing, and I don't think the listener necessarily relates to it unless they play maybe in some of the deeper games on the web or come to TMAs or do this or that. It's an extremely loyal bunch. It always has been, sponsor-wise, support-wise, togetherness. Togetherness. And Timmy, I appreciate you letting me come on. I think all of you know that I feel something for each and every one of you. You're unique guys, and I've been very fortunate to work with you. As I've said before, a guy said, Doug Vaughn's going to be on the morning show. I said, for what?
Thanks, Jay. Thank you.
But, God, Lord, whoever pulled that trigger was dead on. And to see the variations of Plowsy and Iggy working about 150 cities, and my new Ladue alum that's part of the team, and the guy that got me started really listening to radio away from the radio, Tim McKernan. So I appreciate you guys for having me on. Check out the website. If you post something there, I'll try and get back to it. But there it is, and keep me in your thoughts.
I love you, Jennings.
Yeah, I love you, Jay.
We love you.
Love you, Jay. All of you, boys.
Love you, buddy.
Thanks so much.
You're listening to Swope's Picks on 105.7 HD2 FM and swopespicks.com.
And we're pleased now to be joined by Tim McKernan. Tim, what's up?
Buck Swope, it's a pleasure, it's an honor, it's a thrill to talk it over with you. I am a Swope's Picks lemming.
All right, I appreciate that. So we're talking about our friend Jay Randolph Jr. I had done one sode that was kind of the volume 1 of the Foot Fetish Fridays, and I interviewed Jay for that one. And that was, the early days with the Caden, those first ones when it really became like a thing. So I pick up this one. You've got the GND of the year. You've got that, Hannah was her name?
Sarah and Hannah. Right.
Hannah, yeah. And so Hannah was the real, I think, superstar of that one.
Well, Jennings certainly was enamored with Hannah, even though Sarah was the girl next door of the year. Jennings clearly took a liking to Hannah, and I don't know who Hannah was. I guess they were close friends, but I don't know how that all
they said
came to fruition.
They had lunch on Wednesday, and it's like, oh, do you want to go to this radio station on Friday? And she had no idea what she was getting into. I believe Hannah.
Yeah, that surprises me because usually attractive women in their 20s are listening to low-powered AM radio.
And they're well aware. Everybody knows about Foot Fetish Friday. I mean,
right, absolutely.
It seems
kink in the community.
It seems like the percentage of women that arrive there without full disclosure of knowing exactly what they're getting into.
Yep. That's got minus the mom who kept the kids in the minivan while she went in.
Right, there was that.
I do feel like there were a lot of people who were completely unaware
right.
of what they were getting themselves into, and somebody had manipulated them to get them there. So, yes.
The mom in the minivan was classic. That was the Caden one, which was featured in Sode 41 of the Foot Fetish Friday Volume 1. But the one when it was like the guy's brother sent his mom and his 19-year-old sister, I think that was the one that was the most uncomfortable. And I just remember Jennings saying something. That one was also in Sode 41 and isn't in this one, but it's we can talk about it. Jennings said something about, no, of course they're here for us. What do you think, they're here for EMAC? Because that was at the time when 590 and 1380, site of the famous press conference. You had all the studios under, or both stations under one roof. So you had those early days. I have one with Mary Carey and Rubber Doll.
Sure. Rubber Doll,
and but Mary Carey was. She was. I just wonder how. I think she was 32 at the time. It was about 10 years ago. I wonder how well she's aged in the last 10 years. She seemed.
Oh, man. Well, she had a wonderful gubernatorial run in California that came up short. Yeah, she was full of energy that morning, despite it being early. So
and she wanted to talk about Dwight Howard and Chris Kirkpatrick. That's why this is really featured, is because not so much for the foot play, but for the. She was tweeting about the NBA. She's like, ask me about basketball. And it's like, yeah, I saw you tweeting about Dwight Howard. She's like, oh, everybody knows about that. And he's like, well, maybe. And Doug's like, well, some of us in St. Louis haven't heard, So they get into how Dwight, when she was dating Chris Kirkpatrick, and it was like they had been together for 4 days, and Dwight Howard just shows up at Chris Kirkpatrick's house, the former NSYNCer, of course. Mm-hmm. So she was trying to basically not completely blow Dwight Howard off, but also like, hey, maybe I'll see you later. And she decided to take him into the bathroom to tell him that, and then that's when he dropped his pants and revealed his 12-inch, as she estimated, around 12 inches. You asked her to compare to Lexington Steel, and she says, I have to say it's a tie because I've never seen them both hard and getting it on.
Nice.
So it was
really a wonderful interview.
This was. I mean, it was terrific stuff. And then it was Rubber Doll. And then Prod Joe, of course, comes in here with his MMF question. They're confused by it. And then it was Rubber Doll who brought up the cuckold. I think it was one of the first instances that the term cuckold, because this was like 2012. And so Rubber Doll brings up the cuckold word, and then Mary Carey goes, "Ooh, that word makes me horny."
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, just so wonderful.
So,
wonderful.
And then our third in the kind of way back when era, that studio era, we have, of course, Seika and Kitten Natividad.
Seika, Kitten Natividad.
Yeah, who could forget that one? So I guess, what are the ones that really stand out from that era, including the ones I've mentioned?
Oh, I mean, for the Hannah / Sarah one was an all-time classic, and somehow pops up every once in a while. I feel like images from that one on the fan page. I don't know who posts those pictures.
Well, the YouTube's still out there. I mean, the Inside STL...
the YouTube is...
See, there's certain streaming services that went out of commission, but if it was posted,
that's right.
But if it was posted to YouTube, and that's kind of 2012 to 2013, is kind of that honey hole of non-gay. You've got some like non-gay Prod Joe 2-camera mixes that were maybe edited by Jay Boyd. They're kind of going in those creepy directions. 2012 was kind of a different world, and the show was definitely... You were still doing G&D at that point, right? Like barely.
Stop that. I think Sarah's year was the last year.
Okay. So that might have been that was the end of it. But it was still, with that in the backdrop. And, Prod Joe and non-gay were, you might not say they're the most professional audio capturers, but they were definitely willing to do what was necessary to get the content that you were going for.
Absolutely. They were wonderful photographers.
And Jennings would just take it. I mean, you put your foot in her boob. And that was where I think twice we tried to deal Larry into that one. One being I think kiss the toe and then suck the toes. And both times it was shot down. But that was on the second one. Larry goes, "I respect your decision not to let me suck your toes."
Oh, Larry, being a gentleman.
So we flash forward, and I think we pick it up at the 10-year Inside STL Jubilee. You had Fit Chick there, you had Janie the Lesbian there, you had Tawny there, and I feel like this was around the time that the events were becoming a little bit less scummy and a little bit more classy. With granted, there was still hot foot action going on, but Jennings did say at that event 10 years ago, who would have thought 10 years ago that you'd be here now? And it seemed like kind of a high water mark at the time. And Jennings would always bring up Doug, like, Doug, who knew? He was just this sports guy from Channel 4. Who knew what he would do on the radio?
That's right. He would always say, Doug Vaughn, who knew? Because Doug had been on television in St. Louis for 20 years. Yeah, 20 years before starting TMA. And Jay was fascinated that guy he saw on Channel 4 was the same guy jacking around with us.
And ranting and raving eventually. Yes. So then we kick it to, of course, we have to have Ariana Marie, right? The Jack of Spade. But that was
2016.
December 2016, and that was the one where he took the foot to the face. That I've actually made that into a T-shirt that I occasionally wear. So the TMA Lives, can you think of just the transition from you're doing GNDs, and then you're like, yeah, we really shouldn't do these GNDs anymore, and then you started doing the TMA Lives, and it became.
It sounded like there was some moral awareness.
No, but I mean,
in my ass, well, it was worth the money.
Okay, that's fair. Was there a recognition that maybe the events are getting a little bit less scummy, or were they just as scummy? They were just.
No, I honestly never viewed any of them as all that scummy. I look back on those things from the Girl Next Door of the Year, and I go, I got to tell you, that was pretty good shit.
I have my regrets of all the ones I missed.
As weird as it sounds, the Girl Next Door thing was the reason why Inside STL was able to exist, because that's what delivered a return for the bar owners, and it just got to a point where, as I like to say, the juice wasn't worth the squeeze on like, the girls canceling, grandma's down was the running joke, but the girls canceling, and at that point I'm in my 30s and married, and just it's not how I want to necessarily be spending my weekends. But no, I don't. I'm so, if anything, actually, I would tell you this group of people on TMA is best suited for Scum, including Jennings in that group, of course, because Doug no longer has to worry about the TV stuff. And the TV stuff, I think, was probably the thing that artificially / unintentionally kept the show from going into even what some would say darker areas. I would say better areas.
Right. Provocative.
Because people might, have their television situations, whether it be the cat or Doug.
When Ariana Marie is about to kick Jay, Doug goes, "Photographers, crop me out of it." So I went to my fair share of TMA Lives there from 2016 through until the pandemic, and then there definitely was more of a buzz on the nights that Jennings was there, and there was FFF in the cards, and there would be the ones where we had people lined up, but more often it was just like we got to go through the crowd, and they're like, "Oh, you got to go up there," and then they get up there, and they didn't necessarily know what they were signing up for, but at least they knew, "Oh, there's a radio show. I'm going to get some attention. It's going to be fun." And when Jennings was really firing on all cylinders, he had a way of reeling them in.
He put on the clinic at those things, man. Jennings was bringing it strong. I agree with you that that's why I say Jay had, of the members of the show, the highest approval rating, and I don't even really know if it's close. And they're also, for TMA Lives, they were absolutely better when he was going to be there because because he didn't have to, he didn't really work for the places.
Right.
So he could really let loose, and he was just kind of there, like as a guy playing on the show, whereas we have to worry about our live reads and whatever stupid ass games, that were concocted to fill the time.
Right. When Jennings wasn't there, you ran the TMA trivia offense, which when Iggy would do it, the questions would just be impossible. And then you would also have it was really just a period of about 8 months, but I think 7 out of 8 months, Kat would run the "Who Wants to Rob and Feed Larry" offense, which I think it was amusing to us in the room, but I don't know that on those animated GIFs that I would post to Twitter, they didn't necessarily translate to the people on the outside, as exciting as it was in the moment to see Jim Hayes talk some random woman into spitting food into Larry's mouth. I mean, you really had to be there.
Yeah, well, the TMA Lives were, we would always walk out and go, that's the worst show we do each month. It's the TMA Live. It's not because it's just a set of circumstances, and it's screaming, and the audience can't hear them or can't see what we're seeing. So, but when Jennings was there, then it would be all the better, and they'd become classic segments because of his enthusiasm for, and also getting effed up on whatever he was effed up
and
on.
He would stick around and hang out with the people, and he was always such a great ambassador for the show, and would just, if you knew Jennings would be up there, you knew he'd be down to hang out.
Yeah, again, because he didn't have to go in the next day and worry about it, so he could hang out. And we had to do the show and worry about live reads and whatever else. So he was in a great spot. And there were times, there was one where I'm like, God, he's so clearly incapacitated, intoxicated, that I think the one where you had the dart.
Oh yeah, dart guy. The dart guy did come up to me after the show and kind of calmed down, and I don't know if he apologized, but he kind of was like, "Oh yeah, I'd really appreciate it if you delete that photo," and I went ahead and did it. Nobody was more upset. Nobody was more heartbroken than Jay Boyd. I was sitting right next to Jay Boyd when the guy came up to me. Nobody was more heartbroken than Jay Boyd because he was like, "Oh, that was such a good photo. That would have been the cover." He's thinking like editing inside STL.com. He's thinking like the cover photo and how great that Banty Rooster dart guy flicking me off would have looked on the homepage. But and he was like, "Oh, those guys weren't from here. They were the road team. They were from like the sticks. They were traveling for this event. They're not our customers." So he didn't even care. But yeah, nobody. I'm always going to err on the side of nobody getting hurt in the parking lot after the show. So if somebody asks me to delete a photo, I'm going to delete the photo.
Yeah.
Not really worth it. Juice not worth the squeeze. So Lisa Ann, the first Lisa Ann Foot Fetish Friday is in here. That was for TMA Lives. That first Lisa Ann one had to be the biggest crowd that, at least for the, just the pure Hot Shots events that weren't, boxing or anything else.
Yeah, I remember that. That was a huge crowd. That was at Hot Shots, the Yankee Stadium of Hot Shots, absolutely packed. And Jennings was in heaven.
Yeah.
Jennings was in absolute heaven. Getting to work with Lisa Ann, who he developed a friendship with, and then getting to participate in FFF with Lisa Ann, and then he had the next couple of days at the Dotem.
With the cart with her, yeah.
Yeah, in the car with her, exactly.
And then, of course, I had to get a couple of just these classic stories in there. Iggy falling in love with the stripper in Jupiter Story, where it's him and Dave Green and Iggy are down at some strip club in Jupiter the last night before they fly back. And Jennings is telling the strippers to say stuff, probably to Dave, but he's like telling him to say stuff like, this is going to be the blues year. And then Iggy comes up and he goes, I think I'm going to get breakfast with this girl. I don't know if I'm flying back. And then I was like, oh, maybe he found his, he's found his lady down here. And then at the end of as they're closing, he's like, hey guys, breakfast isn't going to happen. You got any money? and I guess it was $50 for every half an hour that he was talking to her, and he talked to her for a couple hours. So Doug was always like, why don't you just run? And Jennings is like, they have people that can run faster than you, dog. And then
he was duped.
And then the famous Michael Jordan story. I think that was so fascinating, where he's basically wakes up one day and gets a text. Get out to Boone Valley. You're playing with Michael Jordan. And then not only does he get to play with them, they're in the cart together, and Jordan's talking smack, but he's like ordering him a case of beer, and Jordan's just drinking vodka like it's nothing, as Jennings would say, and getting super competitive over, $200 cash games. You were like the fly on the wall when he's telling these stories. He lived on this level that I don't even know what percentage of people, like his character was able to unlock doors that most of us will never even see.
Yeah, that Jordan story is an all-timer. I mean, in the way he could tell that story. Mount Rushmore of St. Louis storytellers. We've lost two of them here in the last year with Mike Shannon and Jennings, and then Kelly Chase and Mike Claiborne. They could just tell these stories. The one about Michael Jordan playing golf with him, that's one that people loved hearing him tell. It was a classic.
After you guys made the move to Hubbard, he would come in and do guests. He did at least a couple guest appearances that year in 2022, because that was where the famous, if you don't have a truck, a tat, or a kid by 20, you ain't nothing. And that's in there. I included that. It's a nice little more recent cut that's in there. In such a relatively short amount of time, he sounded fine. And then all of a sudden he makes that appearance. Obviously you and some of you guys were aware of what was going on, but it wasn't like it had been going on for that long. It sounded like it was a relatively quick battle. I don't know what you want to share or what you can remember about just how you found out and what was going through your mind at the time.
I was hosting Balloon Party and got a text from Jay on October 16th. It was just textbook Jay, very blunt, to the point, and said he had cancer. Doctors giving him 3 to 6 months to live, and I was texting with him while I was doing the show, and I said, "Do you need any, help with doctors or anything?" And he said, he gave me a couple of names of people who were trying to get him in to get a second opinion, because he was trying to get a second opinion. And I contacted my doctor. My doctor got him in with an oncologist, I think, and that was a Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was. And got him in with an oncologist that Monday or Tuesday. And Jay texted me and said, got the second opinion. Unfortunately, it's he was incredibly kind, couldn't have been more professional, but he said, unfortunately, it's more likely that it's going to be a month. And, obviously that's devastating because you go into the second opinion hoping that he sees something that's going to be, way more optimistic than 3 to 6 months, and then you get that news. So, I recall, I think it was when Missouri was playing South Carolina. And it might have been October 17th, the day after he texted me, or it might have been, I'm like, hey, you want to come over? Because I was under the impression that he was quote unquote fine. And I didn't, and fine being relative, but fine being that he could get out and do some things, or I could go visit him and just watch the game over at his place. And he just wasn't in that condition. And I guess I saw him 2 days before he passed away. I was under the impression, I suppose mistakenly, and I don't necessarily know why, because the math lines up with a month, because he died on November 18th. But I was under the impression he had way more time. And I remember walking out of there with Sarah Bruce. It was me, Sarah Bruce, Dave Green, and Mike Claiborne, and Jay's girlfriend Amy. And Sarah, I remember saying, I didn't expect that, because he clearly was kind of out of it. And I would text with Amy regularly over the next, still do, but over the next X amount of, I guess it was probably 2 days. And they said he was already crossing over before, while we were there, really. So it was going to happen pretty quickly. The thing that I think, there's two things about his call into the show. Number one, that was not what the plan was. The plan was for me to read a statement that Amy had written. But Jay, to his credit, was able to come on the show and talk to the audience, which I'll be eternally grateful for that, because they got to hear it directly from him. And then the way he handled it on top of it. But that also kind of shows you his mindset. And, in the course of that conversation, he said something along the lines of, I can't remember what he said, but something along the doctor says I have 3 to 6 months to live. And so then when he passed away, and I think he passed away.
I think he said 3 to 4. I think he said 3 to 4 months, but yeah.
So when he passed away, then some people, I'm always looking for crap to complain about on social media, but like, oh, the doctors really screwed that up, but he knew what the situation was. He just misspoke.
He really had 3 to 4 weeks or less, not 3 to 4 months. I mean, it was 10 days or 9 days, I think, is what ultimately it was. And
either way, so that it became the doctors must have done something wrong, and that was not the case. Not that the doctors are, hypersensitive to the criticism. It just was one of those things that became a bit of a distraction because the newspaper, not mistakenly, by the way, because they were just running his quote, ran the quote, but then people were like, what in the world? He thought he had months left, and now he's gone a week later. They must have really screwed this up. And that wasn't the case. I mean, once you have that illness in your liver, it's unfortunately the set of circumstances that he had. But it was so great, the fact that happened, that he was able to call in, considering how ill he was, is so wonderful that the audience got to hear it from him and got to hear his personality, and that he was able to do that. The outpouring for him was so intense and I think surprising to him, because I don't think he knew how much people loved him. And he was the type of personality who just didn't see it that way because of whatever reason. I'm not sure why, but I just know that he didn't view it that way. And so for that final week, it was filled with emails and DMs of people, telling him how much they loved him. And that's why that was so wonderful that he got to do that, because in his final week of his life, he got to experience the appreciation that had he not been able to do that, he would have passed on not having known how much people loved and appreciated him. So that was a in the face of tragedy, and I can't imagine how awful he felt, physically, mentally, emotionally, he was able to get on the phone that day and say that himself. That was really a tribute to Jay.
I completely agree. I included the entire call, just the call. It's basically like 9 or 10 minutes from when you introduce him to when he ends the call. I think the last line of the supercut is his last words on the air. And going back and re-listening to it, it's like more impressive that he was able to do this. And okay, so I'm going to talk about Succession. If you not, we don't even have to get into the plot details, but just that is the way people pass away now. Somebody goes, you're not with them, you're getting texts, not in every case, but increasingly in our kind of modern world where everybody's spread out and everybody's linked by texts and stuff. This is more and more of a common thing, is that you don't get to say goodbye. People go, and there's not enough time to go visit them before they're gone, and you end up getting a bunch of choppy information from somebody who's there. But in Jennings' case, he was able to go on the radio and basically just say goodbye to everybody. And announced that he was he had already made amends with certain people before he had called in, but he sounded so just at peace with his fate, and he was able to say goodbye. Now, he only lived to be 53, but just the fact that he lived such an interesting life, and he, by his own admission, he's like, I feel bad. You feel bad for me being 53, but I feel bad for someone 53 that hasn't been able to live the life that I've led.
Right.
So he had such poise in that moment. And, so it was kind of a flip side of, he was able to provide that goodbye to all of the people that they were able to hear him one last time. And basically he was able to say goodbye to everybody and his radio family. And it was able to trigger this response during his last days, that he was able to kind of, go out on top, so to speak, or at least have that positive reaction to his goodbye.
Yeah, it was, it was, like I said, a real tribute to him, and then the audience for expressing that to him, because that's something that when I was there with as I said, Sarah, Dave Green, and Mike Claiborne, and Amy, she was talking about how they were so grateful, but also he was so surprised by the number of messages they received and how much money was raised so quickly. And I remember talking to Dan Caesar, the Post-Dispatch, called me to talk about the situation, and I said, I don't think that Jay realizes how beloved he is. In particular with our audience. I can't speak to other situations, but it was his personality, and I know that we loved having him on the show, and when I knew it was a Jay day, it was a day that we were looking forward to, because it was just going to be light, and he was going to laugh, and he was going to tell stories, and it was also, importantly, no holds bar. And so you didn't have to go, okay, we can't say this because of this reason or that reason. It was just whatever. He would say whatever. And to me, therefore it was honest.
He took the show in directions that it would have otherwise not gone.
He was perfect for the show. That's why I think the audience loved him as much as they did, because he was happy to go into whatever direction. And he was, as he said, he was a listener. Now, I didn't do it that way.
He loved the show.
Yeah, he was a listener. And I was sitting there at the restaurant with Tommy Mattern last May, so God, probably almost a year to the day you and I are talking right now, and saying, I'd really like it to get Jay on TMA full time next year, if that's possible. I know they work on budgets well in advance, and that's why I wanted to get in his ear. And he knew that's more or less. I said, the show's just better when he's on. It's that simple. And so Jay knew that. I mean, that was the plan, and it makes it all the more sad. But like I said, the way that he was able to get on the phone, considering the way he felt and what he was dealing with, and that he would be gone, I believe 8 or 9 days later, and he got all of that love from so many people well beyond TMA over the next 8 or 9 days. You know, considering the set of circumstances, that's what makes that phone call so incredible, man.
All right, Tim, is there anything else you want to address while we're talking here before we wrap it up?
I miss Jennings, Buck Swope. I really do. I talk about, as we're sitting here talking, I'm pulling up things, and I'm just like, yeah, I mean, it's just, it was one of those things that, there's no BS. It was always fun, always supportive.
He was so supportive of all of my stuff, and there was even a point where he was doing this goofy advertising as content with for Eminem, and he had me. I got paid to do that. I got paid to go out and film these episodes that were basically just infomercials for Normandy, and he got his dad to do that. Eminem is a Buck Swope joint. And, but yeah, he was great. I can't thank him enough for all the support he gave me over the years for different stuff I was doing, and for being nice enough to appear. So I got to interview him about a year before he died, and he was just always so much fun to hang out with. The team, I mean, you think dozens and dozens and dozens, if not in your case hundreds of times you hung out with this guy.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's just hard to believe that he's gone.
Yeah. He was the best, man. He really was. He truly was. And I appreciate you putting this episode together as a tribute to him, because I'm sure people want to relive it. It's like anytime Plowhawk plays a drop of Jennings, it's just automatic. It's like a rush of some chemical that puts a smile on my face the moment I hear the drop. And you just think of when he's in the studio or when we were on remote somewhere, like I said, it's the best way I can sum it up is for those of us on the show. Some days you look ahead and you go, okay, we got this going on. This is going to be, one of those days, but whatever. But if you knew you had Jay in, it was a show that you looked forward to even more. And I think it was, because he didn't give a damn. And he knew, and so he would kind of say things or ask things of me on the air, or say things about our, if the situations weren't good, and plenty of times they weren't, he wouldn't give a damn. He would say things because, again, he didn't work there. So on TMA Lives, he was free to be, inebriated, whereas we couldn't be. And on the air, he was free to kind of speak about the situations, whereas we weren't going to do that because somebody would get a, quote unquote furlough. And so Jennings was kind of our voice as well, vicariously.
Go rogue. You go rogue. Yes. Go rogue with a wink and a smile. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And it was great. I knew the audience loved it when he would do it.
All right. Well, Tim, I appreciate you taking the time to help remember our friend Jennings. I will see you at least once or twice in the next few weeks at various events. And take care. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Buck Swope. I appreciate it, man.
You're listening to Swope's Picks on 105.7 HD2 FM and swopespicks.com.
Swope here, reminding you that all episodes of Swope's Picks are available for download at swopespicks.com. You can also find Swope's Picks on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Once again, I'd like to thank Tim McKernan for joining us.
Well, get on with it, motherfucker. Get on with it, motherfucker. Well, get on with it, motherfucker.
Thank you for listening to Swope's Picks. Enjoy the match.
I'm a hot little boy. I'm a hot little boy. I'm a hot little boy.
I'm curious.
I think we're all curious.
I'm not that curious.
And I would consider myself probably a sub more so than a dom.
Do the dishes, you twink bastard.
Oh, clip that off.
Oh, my stepfather's chest is so hairy.
That's a hairy chest on that plumber boy.
Couple of bears.
Well, they're not, hooking up.
How do you know?
You're right, I don't.
I go back to that perv Ed Powers.
I have seen his erect penis.
That perv Ed Powers.
Dodgers.
I'm too sexy for my socks.
Okay.
I'm a hot little boy. It's like a lousy sex club.
Go in and go skiing, boy.
No.
I'm downstairs pleasuring myself. Take a look.
Ooh, I like to see that.
Hey, moron.
Yes.
So people you've known for a while to say, listen, I know we're longtime associates. It's about time you go skiing, boy.
He gave him permission to have sex with me without him there.
You're a horse's ass for saying that.
He can come off a tad creepy.
I'm a hot little boy. It's a top-heavy Tuesday.
It's like I go from topping for 3 hours to bottoming for an hour.
Reboot.
His waist pond formed our bond.
If I'm getting paid enough money, I'll slap you in the face with my penis. I don't care.
Oh.
I mean, I would teabag his coffee. Easy for...
What? What does that even mean?
It means he's having a nice hot cup of Joe. I take my balls and I dip them in
your mouth.
That would be the way to teabag your father.
Iggy, you want to be my dad?
I'm a hot little boy.
Yeah, the doctor stuck his tongue up my ass when he's giving me a prostate
He
exam.
did that to you, too? Oh.
Yeah, he was just so nervous.
Woo!
So he ripped my shirt off.
Kind of hot, wouldn't it?
Do they let you guys use the same toilets as the rest of the real radio stations over there?
For now, they do.
I can smell it. Did you break wind?
Oh, I farted.
I'm a hot little boy.
He had a small ween and he couldn't satisfy his wife.
Oh. Keep his wife's name out your mouth.
But he still has a small ween and can't satisfy his wife.
Is that a new point? And as I'm opening the door, I noticed there were little like cubby holes that there was a gentleman handling himself with another gentleman sitting across from him on the other side of the cubby hole.
Oh.
All right, give me that head.
Oh.
How's your colon?
I can promise you, my hole is quite intact. I disagreed with him.
You ever suckle on a guy's breast?
Put your lips together and suck.
So Doug and I guess, are the biggest boy whores.
That's right.
And you guys suck.
Sounds like a gangbang to me.